like I really appreciate it. Oh shoot. But I'm just trying to mess up just so you know what I mean? Just like so
Yeah,
I can really
absolutely.
learn.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. What? Because the more you mess up, the more you learn. And with
Yeah,
your first deal, like, bro, you're gonna mess up so many times. And the fact that you're not seeking outside help, that just shows a lot about your character and what you're trying to do. Like, look, I'm trying to
right,
get it on my own right now so I can learn basically all this.
right, right. Yeah, I'm not looking for just a free handout deal type of situation. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just for the betterment of my own business and people I partner up with. Because in the future, we're gonna do deals. That's for a fact. I want to be able to hold my own and be like, all right, I know exactly how to pivot from here instead of being like, oh, Johnny,
Yeah, for sure.
you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, bro, what's going on with you though? What's up with that sub too? Two.
Shoot, that one's signed, sealed, and delivered, bro. Like,
That's
but I got a hold on, my nose dripping. Hold on.
you good.
So
Let's
I
go, bro.
what's up, bro? Jonathan, can you hear me? Just no, maybe so. Anyways, so that's up too. Is signed, sealed, delivered, in escrow. Got to close.
Excuse me.
Like everything's squared away. I
Let's
got another
go.
one under contract today,
Oh,
and
this man is snapping. What's
man,
up?
yo, let me
This
tell you
man
how
is
this one happened, bro. I'm literally getting dressed, and my phone rings, and it's this dude. I called him like 2 weeks ago, and he was on my follow up to call again today. So I was gonna
yeah.
call him today anyways, and he just calls me. He's like, "Yo, like, what's going on?" He's a 60-year-old dude, and he goes,
Fellas, what's going
one of
on?
his first things, he goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah, you ask me anything." He goes, "Are you African American?" I go, "Absolutely." He's like, "Oh, it's about time I get an African American. Oh, man,
Yeah.
we should be doing big deals all the time. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
work with you. I'm about to cut off all my contacts with everybody else." So I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
But so I got it for a great price. I know the buyer out there, so I was talking to him the whole time, and I was like, "Hey, this guy wants to um sell his house to keep it out of foreclosure, but then lease back the property for 2 years." Now, the buyer and me were like, "Ah, that's a little touchy. Like he wants to pay 2,000, where market rent is like 2,700 because it's a nice house."
Mm.
So I asked the buyer, I'm like, "If we, drop the price down significantly, are you willing to rent it out?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." So I sent him by the property just now. We literally got off the phone 30 minutes ago, and he was like, I don't know about this. I'm gonna rerun my numbers, this and that." But I thought I had it. I thought I had it ready to go. I already sent the assignment contract to him and everything. But
Yeah.
But I was literally getting dressed, like minding my business, and homeboy called me, and I was like, "Shoot, it's time to go." I was just
Yeah,
like,
bro. That's nothing but a little pivot.
"Yeah, yeah." So I was
Hey,
excited.
Johnny, you starting to get that joint rolling, bro. I'm
I
not gonna
hope
lie to
so.
you,
I
bro.
hope so, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Johnny. Going
appreciate it,
crazy.
man.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Jonathan, what's good with you though? Tell us some good news, man.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro? I ain't gonna lie, I've been lazy for the past week, man. I just been chilling, man. I got this that last deal that I sent you to the chat with that buyer that came in and asking. Shit just been going smooth. I got
Perfect.
I still gotta pay that $8,000 commission. I could I still gotta do it, but crazy part is that deal was 18K. It turned into a 40K deal because I got a 20K price reduction from the seller. And I
Ta.
recorded it, and I'm actually gonna I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna send it to the chat and everything like that.
Awesome.
But
Ta.
yeah, so that deal went from 18K to 38,600. So, but I still gotta pay that $8,000 commission. And the way I'm angling it is because my let's go cut that up.
Yeah, what's up,
But
man?
because my buyer wanted the property vacant, we were gonna close in September. But what I did, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, is I did a cash for keys in which
Yeah,
I
What?
paid the tenant to move out early so that we can close on in a sooner date. So that's what I'm doing.
that's what's up,
Oh,
bro.
bro,
So
congrats.
we're
Congratulations,
closing on the
man.
10th
That's big
Yes,
time.
July.
sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Money
So that's
flying
what's
all over the group. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. It was can you walk me through that deal? Just give me a little rundown of what happened, how you basically got to having to pay that agent so much. Because usually I come in. Now I've never used the agent, but usually I would
Yeah.
come and be like, hey, I'll give you a little referral fee, or that buyer would pay them for finding them a deal. So how did
Okay, so
that?
let's do it. Let's run through the whole deal. Let me get I just ordered some Chipotle, so let me grab it real quick and I'll be right back. We're gonna go through it.
Bet. Yeah.
Yes, sir. They getting the ball
Man,
rolling.
Jonathan, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So what are you at for the year? What are you at for the year so far?
If so far, like cash in my pocket is like $33,000. Now I have another 30 coming in at the beginning of the month, so I'll be at 63. And then
Woo!
that one I just told you about, that Memphis deal that happens today, if that happens, then I'll be at 83.
Woo!
I only gotta do one more deal to get to my 6 figures for the year, like gross. Man, I'm lit, and I got time too. I know I'm gonna get there. So,
You
man,
gonna succeed that.
man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's so funny because before this deal happened today, I'm sitting there like telling my mom on the phone. I'm like, man, I'm itching for another deal, like something to pop off, because it's been some time since I closed the deal on my own. It's been since that one dude ran off of my 20K,
Right.
and that was in early May. Now, granted, it's only 1 month later, almost 2 months, but you kind of, once you get that taste, it's like you start itching. Like I gotta get something
Yeah.
else. Like I gotta
Ah,
keep going.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go, Johnny. Let's go, bro. That's
appreciate
huge.
it,
I'm proud
man.
of you though, for sure, bro.
Appreciate
That's
it,
tough.
bro. Appreciate it.
What you in like a year and a half in the business?
Oh,
Shit, since I started, everything happened June. Like since I started June of last year, but I was part time and I didn't really close anything until February of this year.
Right.
So, and I graduated in December. So technically, like knowing what I'm doing and actually doing it, like 6 months.
Tough.
But it's been a year since I started my
Grinding
LLC
at it.
and since I did everything. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, bro. So as far as your KPIs right now, like are you seeing certain things with like you're getting more pre-foreclosure transactions done more, or is it just all over the place?
All my transactions have been pre-foreclosures. Every single last one. I only got one contract of a non-pre-foreclosure, and the seller had a very good reason to back out, so I just let him out. But other than that,
Tough.
every single thing has been pre-foreclosures. I haven't gotten any traction on anything else. Like I've had my dollar going up like 4 or 5 months. I haven't, like, me and my dollar haven't done anything. I'm just now knowing how to upload my pre-foreclosures to it and calling
Right.
it this way. But
Right.
just regular like absentee owner leads, um, vacant leads, high equity, like nothing's formulated for me, man.
are we live?
Yeah.
Huh?
Are we live?
We're not live, but you recording, so you're gonna be live later.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Hold on really quick.
Yeah, bro. Now
y'all
that's
see,
hard.
y'all see a
Huh?
ring light over there?
Where on your end?
That mirror.
Oh yeah, I keep
It's
that.
shoulder blocking it now.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this deal really quick. I want to break it down because this one, it's been going smooth. So it's an absentee owner. Call it off an absentee owner list. The same list I've been working on that we talked about last time we was on a
Yeah.
call, Johnny. Got the deal under contract at 260. Seller is a truck driver, has a tenant in the property. I think we actually did a live call with the seller last time
We
we was
did.
on,
Yeah.
right? And the
Yeah.
tenants in the property and whatnot. So I blasted this deal out to everybody to remind you this deal is actually what I'm asking is over the Zestimate. So if anybody knows, if you are wholesaling a deal, if you are asking over the Zestimate, it's very hard to get an offer on that you like, just because simply people will pull up the property. The first thing they're gonna do is pull it up, click it on Zillow,
That's the
and they're gonna see that the Zestimate is, less than, more than, you're asking more than the estimate, and they're not gonna like that. Basically, they're not gonna think it's a deal. It's a psychological thing, even if it is a deal. But I look at comps, you know what I'm saying? So I know that estimate doesn't mean anything, but a lot of people, they see this estimate and it scares them off. So I blasted this deal out to everybody. I sent it out to all the funds, and I got offers, but my offers were some of my buyers, ignored me just simply because of the fact that what I'm asking is over this estimate. So people don't like that. So some of my buyers simply just didn't even make an offer, but some of my buyers did. And the highest offer I got on it was 222. So in my mind, I'm already like, I got it at 260. So I'm already like, I'm gonna have to price cut the seller. Uh, but me, I know my numbers. I know if I find somebody to actually take a look at this, they will want to jump on this deal. It's already renovated, granite countertops, new flooring. It's high rent potential, great property, built in 2001, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Who wouldn't want this deal? So I'm calling agents and I'm pitching the deal. I'm pitching the deal, pitching the deal, pitching the deal. And like 3 days later, after not hearing from anybody, one of the agents that I pitched the deal to shot me an email and said, "Hey, we have an interested buyer on this property." And they coming in asking. But the way they're coming in and asking is they're coming in and asking, it's cash, right? But it's and it's so crazy because their buyer is a fund that I reached out to, but they never reached back, they never replied to me.
Oh,
So
wow.
their buyer is actually a fund. So they buy all the time, their cash, they're gonna close, you know what I mean? So they actually they said they will come in at asking 278.6 is what I was asking. And yeah, I tried to negotiate for them to pay closing costs. No, I have to pay my own closing costs. I tried to negotiate for them to buy it with the tenant in it. No, I have to get the tenant out. I tried to negotiate for what else? I tried to negotiate for to use my closing attorney. No, I have to use their closing attorney. So they're very, we're gonna do it our way or we're not gonna do it at all, because they can buy any, they can buy any property they want. So I'm fine with that. The agent, on the other hand, the reason I didn't want to do too much pushing back on the commission is because I want to it's the first deal doing it with this agent. And I want to show them that, I'm willing to allow them to make money as long as they're allowing me to make money. And they have good buyers like this, we can do deals all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't want to come in like this cheap guy that wants everything to go their way, my way, and on top of that, I'm not willing to even pay you guys the full commission for getting a buyer for this deal. So, for me, like I said, it's not always about, how much you're gonna walk away with at the end. If I walk away with $500, that's fine. It's more than what I had last time. And I got a relationship with somebody who's gonna bring buyers and trust me that I can get the deal done, and they can, help me out and make some money on their end as well. So I didn't do too much pushback. I know I said I would, but I didn't do too much pushback on the commission.
For a good reason.
And so I'm winding up paying a full 3% commission to the agent. And they actually sent the contract to close in September on the 9th. So when I seen that, I was like, okay, because that's when the tenant's lease will be over with. So I seen that and I was like, oh, okay, now I don't have to do cash for keys with the tenant. I can save some money on that end, but I'm gonna have to wait out 2 months. So what I did was I kind of used that to my advantage, because I said, okay, well, let me call the seller and basically get this price reduction and give them 2 options. We can close in either option. I was gonna have to get a price reduction anyway, because closing costs, they want me to pay both sides of the closing costs. It's gonna be a double close. So either way, I needed a price reduction. So I gave the seller 2 options. I said, hey, we can either, I can follow through, break the lease, but it's gonna cost me $5,000 to remove this tenant, and I need to be at 240 to make that happen. or option B, we can close in September using that to my leverage, and I can save you $5,000. You can keep the $5,000 and I can do 245. Right. So, but turns out that the seller would rather a quick close than the $5,000. Right. So they said, yeah, follow through with it. I'll do 240, follow through with it, break the lease, and let's close this deal as soon as possible. So that's what I did. I called the tenant. I pitched to the tenant, hey, I know your lease is expiring in 2 months, but I want to buy this property vacant, and I'm willing to help you out get into a new place if you will terminate the lease early, and we can, kind of get the ball rolling on this one. He sent me everything that he basically needed. I agreed to cover that for them because now there's enough room in the deal for me to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not just doing this and then writing a check. It's enough room in the deal for me to do that. So now I do have to pay closing costs, do have to pay commission, and I'm covering some moving expenses for the tenant, but there's so much meat on the bone that everybody could walk away happy. And I'll be walking away with, a 5-figure check as well. So
Yeah.
closing on the 10th. So we're locked in. They just actually sent earnest money today. And yeah, we're looking good. Tenant's gonna be out by the end of this month.
That's awesome, bro. Congratulations.
Yes,
Congratulations, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up.
But
big.
I really just hate, when I get like, I don't know, when I get a deal on the contract and it's moving, I always just ease off the gas. Like I stop making, my calls, and I kind of just want to laser in because sometimes these deals require so much attention that, like, because when you got all these different blocks moving, I got agents that need this, I got tenants that need this, I need to adhere to the buyer, I need to find out the HOA, I need to find out all these different things, and I'm a one-man show. I don't have cold callers, I don't have dispo team, I'm doing everything myself. So I wind up easing up off my, my reaching out to different homeowners every day, cold calling and everything like that, and kind of just coasting through the deal until it closes, and then I get back on everything rolling, which is, I don't like it, but I feel like it helps me actually just see the process more so I can understand what's going on. And I'm not just trying to fill up my pipeline. I'm actually learning each deal and, kind of understanding each step so that when I do begin to scale, I know how to approach these different situations when we do come across them again.
Awesome. Awesome. No, I feel you. How many more deals or how much more money needs to be made until you start hiring cold callers? Because that's the first step.
Bro,
Right.
you know the conversation we had last time, but
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
I don't know. Like I'm thinking like, we're going into the slower months pretty soon. So I'm thinking I want to hire probably in August, probably hire some cold callers, see what it test it out, kind of see what it's like. But honestly, I'm in no rush. I can, I feel like I can close out this year, finish doing it solo, like just finish out the year doing it solo and getting myself, a better understanding and not being that I always do so much stuff at once that I always wind up cash strapped because I'm doing everything at, what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
always got my hands doing stuff. But I actually, this time I want to actually just take it slow, build a strong foundation, and then begin to hire out slowly and learn the process slowly rather than always jumping into stuff. Because before this, I did Airbnb, and every time, all my money I get, I keep nothing and just go back to another Airbnb, go and just keep moving. And I just always have my money out there, and I'm actually never, taking anything for myself. So I think now I'm trying to actually just take things in for myself and then start building my business rather than building my business and putting me second. I'm kind of
Yeah.
putting me first now and then building my business.
Yeah. And I told you about that book to read, to put yourself first and put your money first and how to lay it out. That
Yeah,
profit
I still
first.
got it. I still got it in my Amazon cart. So my next order, this is what I do anytime I order something on Amazon, I order a book with it. So
Yeah.
whenever, I make my next purchase on Amazon, that book will be coming in. I moved it to the front. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
for sure.
Bro. Perfect. Yeah, that book is
Tough.
gonna change your whole mindset with the money. When money starts coming in, you're gonna know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like they say, your profit is last, right? So you take how much you get minus your expenses. I mean, no, I'm saying you take how much you made, so your gross profit minus how much you want to profit, and that equals how much you need to spend each month in expenses. So if I make $30,000 and I know that I want to take half of that for me, that means my expenses can only be $15,000. And I know that. So I know I won't be overspending that because my limit is at $15,000. All right. Does that make sense?
So you're saying if you do a deal by yourself and you get a $30,000 check, that you will take half of that, and your business expenses is will be 15, or your personal expenses will be 15.
So here, say I get a 30K check, and let's
Yeah.
just say I average 30K a month,
Okay.
right? So it's not just one check. Say I average 30K a month. Now I'm just throwing numbers out there. This is not specific, but say I want to keep 50% of that for myself. Right? That's not what I do, but just for easy numbers, that's what I do. I'm gonna take $15,000 out of that and pay myself that $15,000.
Right.
Out of that money that's left over, I take that money and that equals my expenses because I know how much I want to pay myself and I know how much I'm bringing in. So whatever is left over, that's how much I can afford in expenses.
Okay. But that's if you plan on not, that's if you plan on not scaling, I assume.
That is just simply if you're making 30K a month
Yeah.
and you know that you want to keep 15K for yourself,
Hmm.
your expenses, even if you scale, even if you hire cold callers, it doesn't matter. 15K is the number that you can spend each month in expenses.
Right.
Now, obviously, 30K, once you scale and get big, 30K is nothing, right?
Right.
So that'll be on a much bigger scale that you're doing that.
Yeah.
So, and also you got to put money away for taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's not just 50-50. You got to put money away for taxes. You have to have all these other little expenses along the way. So it's not just a 50-50 split. But you know how much you're bringing in, figure out how much you want to pay yourself, and then all that money left over is what you can use for your expenses.
Yeah.
You know how
Well,
people say like, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I really just, bro, I short myself, bro. Like I just put everything up and take the littlest piece. Cause I mean, I don't like I don't need much, bro. I don't buy anything, bro. Like I used to, but nowadays, like I don't buy anything, bro. Like I don't buy clothes. Like my clothes is super fucking cheap, bro. Like if I do buy some shit, I don't buy clothes. I don't buy shoes. I don't even have like a car, bro. Like I don't need a car because I do everything from the house. So I hate like, bro, I hate bills, bro. Like, so I try to live. I was telling you last time, bro. Like I hate monthly subscriptions, bro. I hate shit that gotta come back in my dreams and haunt me every fucking month, bro. So I try to just, I don't buy shit that's gonna cost me every month, bro. Fuck that,
But
bro.
you're gonna scale your business to where paying each month is
Yeah, I
nothing.
mean, when it comes to, I'm talking about when it comes to me, but when it comes to the business, of course, yeah, I'm down to put, like, I have subscriptions that I pay for the business every month that I don't mind. You know what I mean? I have a whole credit card that, pays that every single month for the things that I need for the business. I'm talking about when it comes to me, I take the smallest piece because I don't need much, bro. Like I don't buy.
Read that book, bro. Read that book. We gotta change your mindset, man. With money, we gotta get you moving around. All right, just
What you want me to do, Johnny? What you want me? You want me to
I
get
want you,
fat? What
I
you
want
want me
you
to
to read
do?
that. I want you to read that book, and then we'll have the conversation again. That's step one. Read
All
that
right.
book, man.
All
Just
right, Johnny the
just
Money
read it.
Man, man. You got to show me, bro.
Just read it. Just read the book, and then we can start from there. Like I'm not a money man. I do got my finance degree, so I got my
Ah,
finance degree, so I
Okay,
might
so
be the money man.
that's why he can school me.
No, I can school you because I read that book. I'm telling you, bro.
It's
Like
that good.
I didn't know nothing about I didn't know nothing about how to manage my money as a business because you're a business. He's a business. I'm a business, right? We're running a business and money comes into the business. As a
Right.
business owner, we got to know what to do with that money. And that's something that we was never taught. We were never taught how to manage money. We were never taught to, put this away, do this, do that. We were never taught that. We got to teach ourselves. And that book is perfect to read when you're first starting out in your business because you're gonna make millions of dollars in your business. If you just making millions of dollars but you're cash strapped all the time, are you really running a millionaire business? Nah, bro. Like, there's no need to live. Like, we only get one life. So once your business makes money, you're making money too, because you own that business. You run that.
Bro, you don't, bro. Like, maybe, bro, but this is not. It's not. This is not my first time running a business, bro. And I know that when you run the business, shit can hit the fan at any time, bro. Like, shit hits the. When I was doing Airbnb, shit hit the fan, bro. And from me taking, making money and thinking I'm making money and making money, when shit hits the fan, it hits the fan bad, and you don't have the money that you should have been just putting aside sometimes. It's like, bro, it's hell, bro. Like,
Read that book. Read that book.
I
We're
am,
gonna, we
bro.
gonna revisit
Yeah.
this after you read the book.
Yeah. What's that John called?
Profit first.
Profit first, yeah.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, and
Profit first.
I didn't even read it. I listened to the audio book, and the audio book was fantastic. For real. Profit
I'll read
first.
that, John.
Yeah,
I'll read that.
that's the book.
Yeah. Where'd
Especially
you go?
probably munch on his food a little bit.
Yeah, bro. I hear you. I hear you on that. Definitely gotta, because this is something that we're not quite used to as new entrepreneurs, especially young Black men, being able to manage your money correctly and stuff like that. So it just sounds like a mindset shift,
No,
and
absolutely.
you got to kind of change your like Jonathan. You like you kind of have a limiting belief almost with that just because your last Airbnb business failed, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're in a whole new situation. Don't bring those past traumas into this new John, because it's just gonna replicate, man. Like, you got to kind of do things differently. You know what I mean? Like, take a little step back and just try to
So,
figure out what.
so let me ask you, Dorian. I mean, let's just put it into hypotheticals here. If I get a 30K payday, what do you expect for me to take home for myself, for what I, want to do for
Yeah, for
whatever
sure.
I
Like,
want to do? What do you expect me to take away from that? What is a good, let's not say what do you expect, that's the wrong word for it. What do you think is a reasonable amount for me to take out of a 30K payday? It's just me, I'm a solopreneur. I don't have any, cold cards. I don't have anyone to pay, but I do want to scale.
for sure. Well, I don't know. I can't even answer that question only because I haven't read the book. It seems like Johnny has more the answers, but I'm just saying, when he put you on to some suggestions, you kind of push back a little bit, which is okay. But in order to grow, you have to be able to kind of listen to what people have to say and at least give it a try. And then if it doesn't work, at least you gave it a try. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I learned. I used to try to push people off of, nah, I don't gotta, my situation is different. But then I had my most growth from being vulnerable and listening to people, and then actually taking into account what they had to say and then implementing. And if it doesn't work, at least you have the results to be like, nah, Johnny, I tried that. I read the book. I tried the situation. It doesn't really work for me. Yada, yada, yada. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna read the book. Like John, like I talked to Johnny for like 2 hours last time we was on a call, and bro, I already told him, like, he knows what's going on for me. Like, I told him, like, bro, I was, bad with money, like making money wasn't a problem. And he told me about the book. That's the whole reason I put it in my Amazon cart. So I mean, I'm down to, like, just chat it up, have different ideas. But just for right now, like, I just don't feel like I just don't, I'm not gonna say I don't feel like, I don't know how to make the right moves, because I don't have anyone that, are you guys here?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't know how to make the right move. So I like to talk to people and kind of see what they're doing, what do they think, just so I can kind of play with it and kind of see what the actual right moves is. Like, Johnny, when do you plan on hiring out people? I don't know if you have any people that you're working with right now, but when do you plan on like hiring people?
So I'm gonna backtrack. I'm still gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna backtrack a little. You know, when the question was asked, you know, what should I, you know, how much should I take for myself? How
Yeah.
much should I keep in the business? So in that book that I was telling you about, it tells you exactly how to calculate that, right? So for me, when I read it, I didn't have a year worth of making money, so I kind of had to guesstimate, right?
Yeah.
So I just wrote down a few percentages, like my first 10K check. I mean, it had to go to a lot of other stuff other than what was perfect for my business just to kind of catch up, right?
Mhm.
So this next 30K check I get, I got to put a little bit to it just to catch up, right? And then I also have to do a couple things, right? So I feel like you can't really start implementing that until you have everything solidified and ready to go, right? So I'm in the stage now where the money that's coming in is preparing me to set myself up, right? And then when I start making money that I don't necessarily need for A, B, C, and D, then I can start putting it away. So you could put like for each time I get paid 30% of it, which is high because I know tricks, so I don't have to pay taxes. But 30% gets put in another account for taxes that I don't even look at. 30% off rip. As soon as it comes into my account, bam, it's off in a way, right?
Okay.
So then it really just depends on what I need because I'm not at the point where I have everything set up yet. But 30% goes to taxes. I'm looking at my screen right now because this is how I did it last time. 30% goes to my operating expenses. So 30% is of 10,000 is $3,000. So I
Mhm.
knew until I get paid again, I got $3,000 in expenses. So I need to be careful with my skip tracing. I know that I pay damn near $300 each month just in subscriptions, right? With my dialer and prop stream. So I know I have that, but I know I have $3,000 just in my expenses until I run out. And if I run out, then I gotta quit all my subscriptions and start hand dialing again, you know?
Yeah.
So I took 30%, 30% for my operating expenses, 30% for my taxes. That leaves 40% left. So I had things that I had to take care of. Like I had credit card bills that had to be paid. I had this that had to be paid. I had this that had to be paid. So that 40% went to that. And then whatever was left over, I think it was like 3,000 something. Whatever was left over, I put $1,000 in my lifetime savings. I call it my pay me account because I always want to pay myself. So I have a high yield savings account. So it went straight to that where I don't see it. So I got two accounts where I don't see it, and the rest of that was money that could just go to me for whatever. But like I said, we're not in the place right now where we're buying all this and doing all this to where we're trying to get this lavish lifestyle. But for me right now, I have things that I have to get to set myself up for the next step. So when will I start hiring? If if next month goes the way I planned with a 50K month, then I'll be able to set myself up and have plenty money left over. Then I'll start hiring a few cold callers who are full-time cold calling for me. All right, then
What
I'll
do
see.
you have you looked into like cold callers and how much a month is like decent? Because I know my uncle had a couple cold callers that were on like for like $4, like some cheap shit, bro. Like some bad shit, bro. It's horrible, bro.
cold,
$4 was some
cold
crazy.
It's they in the Philippines though, like the U.S. and the currency difference.
Yeah, bro. Like so I know a place where you can actually get cold callers and stuff like that. It's called onlinejobs.ph, the Philippines. They got cold callers and stuff like that.
Yeah, cold calls are not expensive at all. I feel like getting the data and skip tracing the data is more
It's
expensive each
expensive.
month
That's a fact.
than
I shared you I don't know if you got it, but remember I shared you the skip tracer that I use. If you want to use it, check it out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think it was
got it.
like,
Yeah,
like 5 cents.
yeah,
So it saved you a lot of money instead of doing like prop stream. It's quality data. I mean, I'm getting deals, can't complain. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Can't
I
complain. He got a big deal coming.
No, for real. I haven't skipped trace since you sent that to me because I'm doing the foreclosures. So I'm literally hand skip tracing them.
Bro,
I don't have to pay to skip trace them. But when I get to that
Woo.
level, I would definitely check out that just because you sent it. And I mean, it seems to be working for you. So I'm going to check it out.
it's
You
quality,
got a
bro.
nice, you got
I
a
wouldn't
nice
say you
lean
too much.
business, bro.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I said you got a nice lean business with that model there, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That joint is cut all the fat, hand skip trace, straight profit. Do what you got to do. That's lean.
Yeah, bro. Like I was telling Johnny last time, bro. Like the thing, like bro. It's not that I'm like you just said, bro. Like if shit goes bad the next month, then I have to cut my subscriptions. You know what I mean? I didn't like, bro. I don't know if you know, Dorian, bro. I've been on wholesale and trying to get my first deal. It took me 2 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I know
Hey,
what it's
props,
like
bro.
to dump your money and then lose it all, then have to
Right.
come back up, then get it back, go have to get a job to get some money to try again. Like, bro,
Right.
so when it comes to subscription, I just had my view has been so fucked because, bro, I just had such a struggle in the beginning trying to get a deal and learn anything and not having actual help. So now when it comes to subscriptions, I'm very particular on what I need right now, not what I
Yep.
need in
Keeping it
the future,
lean.
because I know in
Right.
the future, of course, I'm gonna need more stuff. Like Johnny was telling me, get a dollar, bro. Like I'm looking into a dollar and stuff like that. I'm looking into all those things, but I'm very particular on what I want to spend every single month because I know right now for me being by myself, you don't need much. You can use a dollar, and Johnny's crushing it with a dollar going. He can crush my list in a day. Like the same list that I'm working on right now, it probably take me 2 weeks. You know what I mean, to knock out a list, or 3 weeks. He can crush it in a day with a dollar. But just because I was so particular on and I think for the next list I'm doing, because I'm doing more states that I think I'm actually get a dollar and start and use it for those lists. But
And
just
let me cut you off real quick, bro. You can log into my dialer one day, upload a list, and just see how it goes.
bro, let's do that, bro. I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
down, bro.
So whenever
But
we get done, I'll send you my little login, bro. Just text me when you're about to do it, bro. You will have a whole dollar at your disposal for the day.
bro,
Yeah, he gonna be like, I like
yeah,
this. He not gonna be able to go back.
yeah,
Nah,
bro. I definitely want to. Yeah, and that's another thing. I wish sometimes I could like try these stuff for like, but the free trials is garbage. It's like 3 days, bro. But like, yeah, I just very particular on like my subscriptions because I've been wiped out and had to cancel, and then I've been charged this, and that, and then have to make another account. And bro, so right
Let me
I
now,
ask you this, Jonathan. So like, what do you think? What do you think you changed in order to get your first deal? Like, what do you think the 2 year was it? You weren't putting all your effort into it, or you weren't hitting the right list? You weren't like, what do you think it was that it took you 2 years to get that deal?
because it's actually a crazy story. Let me break it down for you. I'm gonna break it down for you right now. Let me grab something really quick.
Because 2 years is crazy. That's dedication. That's props to you, bro, for keeping it up for 2 years. That's
sure. And while we waiting on him, when I got my first deal, that was like $3,800. You know, I said I put $1,000 in my expense account, and I was like, look, I got $1,000 for
yep.
whatever I want. I got a dollar with that. Now, after I got the dollar and skip trace, I had like 2.5 months of expenses left. And I was like, I gotta get a deal before this, or it runs out
ASAP.
of $1,000.
Yeah.
I got a deal. So I was able to put more in that account, being able to keep my dollar. So
Right.
that's also important too, like having your account spaced out. I got like 5 different accounts, right? So I have a Pinnacle Tennessee account. I got 3 accounts in that one Pinnacle. The money that comes in, like when I get a wire, I then transfer that over to a. Hold on, I don't want to tell you wrong. So I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on, Jonathan. We ready for the story? I just gotta say this real quick. So I got the real revenue account, which is when the wire comes in. I have my expense account, so that's a totally different account, tied to the same thing. And then I have a business savings account where I can just throw in a little change here and there just to keep it going. So, and then separately, I have my USIA account, which is my personal account. Then I have two Marcus accounts, my pay me account that I told you I put money in just
Yep.
from like, it's called my life savings. And then I have my tax account that's also a Marcus account. So I have 5 total accounts that money goes into each time I get paid.
Right.
So so I know how much I have able for this, to do this, to do this.
X, Y, and Z. Yep.
Yeah, out of the money that I pay me, I know I got a couple of things I got to do. But that doesn't take away from how much I got to put in my expense account. That doesn't take
Right.
away from what I got to put in my tax account. You know.
Right.
But yeah, tell us the story, bro.
Yeah, I do something similar to that. I got like 5 personal accounts. So I have a account like I whatever money I take for me, I put it in my personal account and I break it up. Taxes, investing and saving, bills. I put 10% away for like my family. If they ever need money, I can, give them money, or, go to church, I can pay tithes and stuff like that. So I put away
Wow.
money to give as well. And I also leave money a little bit for me to spend. And the rest of the money goes into a business account. So I do something similar like that, but I put away for taxes as well and everything like that.
Yeah.
But as far as why it took me 2 years, like, bro, I started off, a lot of people start off with no money. I started off with 10 grand and didn't get a deal. So you can understand, like, that's probably worse than starting off with nothing, because you have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? I actually risked $10,000 and couldn't get it right. Like, it's crazy how I couldn't get it right. I pulled the list. I didn't know about cheaper skip tracing, so I paid the most for everything. Everything everybody told me to get, I bought it because I thought I had the money. Let me do it the right way, the way the pros are doing it. Let me get the best dialer. Let me get the best SMS. And what really wipes me out is the SMS, because the SMS, it costs so much a month, bro. Like, it's ridiculous how much it costs to send messages a month. So SMS and skip tracing is just gonna eat up $10,000 like it's nothing, bro, like candy. So I had the best dialer, not the best dialer, the best SMS, the best skip tracing. I was using batch to send my messages and everything like that. And yeah, so I was sending out messages, but I wasn't really confident speaking on the phone. So I think what took me longer to get a contract is because I got some contracts, but they didn't close. I think what took me longer to get a contract, it took me about a year to get a contract. What took me long to get a contract is because I was sending messages and I'll reply to the message and I'll just wait for the perfect lead to answer all my questions right before I pick up the phone. That was my biggest problem in the beginning. Bro, just fucking pick up the phone, bro. Who gives a fuck if it's perfect or not, bro? My biggest piece of advice to anybody who wants to do wholesaling and starting out, bro, pick up the phone, bro. Do not be scared of the phone, because that's the only way you're going to get money. You're not going to get money talking through text, because you look like a scammer, first of all, because they're getting a million texts, and then you can't even pick up the phone and speak and introduce yourself so they know that you're a real person. Like, it's gonna take you forever to get a deal that way by not picking up the phone. So I try to do it by not picking up the phone, seeing if I can get a seller at a good price where I don't even have to make an offer. I can just agree to their number because it's so low. And that's why I was fucking up, bro. Like, I didn't want to come in and make a low ball offer. You know what I mean? I was nervous. I didn't know how to speak to a seller. I don't know jack shit about real estate, bro. Like, how can I come in and tell this seller that I'm gonna pay 100 grand less than what he's asking, bro? He's probably gonna pull up to my house and beat me to death. That's like how you think. Really, what they could do is just say no. You know what I mean? That's really the most they could do, is just say no or hang up, bro. Cuss you out, hang up, and then it's on to the next phone call. But I didn't understand that, bro. Getting cussed out and having someone hang up in my face, bro, the worst thing on the planet. I do not want that, bro. So I'm not gonna pick up the phone because I do not want that rejection. You know what I mean? So that's what was difficult for me to start getting contracts. Now, when I started getting contracts, what was difficult for me to close was I didn't know about funds. I didn't know about hedge funds. You know what I mean? So I didn't network with other investors. So my way to get it done was Facebook. And Facebook, as you know, we are all on Facebook. It's a bunch of wholesalers. So like I don't know if y'all actually found a real buyer on Facebook, but I have never found a real buyer on Facebook. You know what I mean? I've only found other wholesalers on Facebook who try to lock up my deal and move it to their buyers, and it never works. You know what I mean? So I didn't really know how to get buyers, but now what I can tell you, the best way to I found to now, because the best way I found to actually get contracts is pick up the phone. The best way I found now to actually find buyers is to reach. You have to really look, bro. Just I go on LinkedIn. I look for people who do acquisitions for real estate companies. I go to Facebook and I look for the people who comment under other people's stuff, and they actually have a business name at the end and not a Gmail account. So most of the time, if they have a Gmail account, they're a wholesaler. But if they actually have a business name, like at realestatesolutions.com, I will type in realestatesolutions.com and see what the actual website is about. If their website is saying cash offer this, I know they're probably wholesalers. If their website shows some flips they done, I know they actually flip properties. And sometimes I'll click their Facebook profile and see, what they post on their Facebook. Do they post them flipping? Do they post stuff like that? So I mean, yeah, it was rough. It took me actually 2 years, full years to actually close a deal myself. So yeah, I think I was telling you before, Johnny, like I got deals and then I give them to my uncle and he'll do them. So I never actually knew how to dispatch, I just knew how to get a contract. You know what I mean? But for me to actually close a deal from beginning to end, it took me a full 2 years, bro. Full 2 years.
Congrats to you, bro, for sticking into it. A lot of people would have fell off by then, bro. That's props.
That's
for
all
real.
you to actually get good at something, bro. You got to stick to one thing and just keep doing it, bro. That's how I found it.
know.
One thing, bro. That's
That's
how
tough, bro.
LeBron made it to the league, bro. What he do? He just shoot all day. He didn't go play basketball, then go play football, then go play
Right.
soccer, and try to mix just one thing, bro. And from beginning to end, ride it out.
It's a fact. Yeah, props to you, bro, for sticking in for 2 years. A lot of people don't have that type of discipline and dedication or something.
Appreciate it. And for
tough,
some people,
man.
it don't even take that long, bro. Sometimes some people, I know people who got a deal in 2 months, bro. So if you don't think that it has to take 2 years, bro, learn from my mistakes. Pick up the phone. And I promise you'll get a deal way sooner. So
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Absolutely. Just pick up the phone.
I think my issue right now, to be completely transparent with you guys, is it's follow-up. I think that's my issue right now. I think I'm not following up with people as what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, as much as I should be. I was trying to go for some intricate word. But yeah, I'm not following up with people as much as I definitely should be. I think also I'm having issue with like just building rapport, I guess, only because a lot of the people want to only talk about their property, and then I'll try to break off and like make some other little references about life. And a lot of these sellers are not having it, bro. Like these other wholesalers really made it hard for us, bro.
you can smell
you
the
already,
bullshit, bro.
they can, bro. Like Johnny already knows. Like I came from sales, bro, and I'll be trying to do that stuff, and this is like, it's a little different. So I'm just trying to like really hone in on how to do it with the housing stuff. Like I know you want to sell your house, but I'm really trying to get to know you. Like they're so closely guarded because all these other wholesalers came in. I'm going to give you offer to get lowballed. Now, they think their property's worth way more than it actually is. They have these delusions. It's just crazy out here, bro. Like I drove 45 minutes the other day and met with this Asian boy, right? And he was on Zillow, and bro, Zillow is killing me right now, bro. Like he was on Zillow. He was like, yeah, Zillow says my property's worth X, Y, and Z. I'm like, bro, that's if you have like all the newest stuff in there. Like your property is trash, bro. Like it's on knob and tube, bro. Like you have mold in the basement. Like, bro, your property is so bad right now, I can't even tell you. And I was just sitting there in his bar because he owns a bar too, and we're just chopping it up. And I had a really good rapport with this boy. Like I was building it. I was doing all my little sales techniques, talking about his family. But the price, bro, Zillow has this boy tripping. I don't know, bro. What do you guys do to get around that?
Johnny, you could go first, bro.
I don't run into that because, like I said,
What?
No,
like
he
I
is
said,
pre-foreclosure.
What?
like I said, the majority, like the 95% of
Oh,
people
the
I talk to are
pre-foreclosure.
foreclosures.
They had
Yes.
motivation.
Okay.
These people are thinking like, I'm in a
I
effed
need to
up
get out the
situation. Like,
jam.
so
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take a couple of dollars. So that's what I'm dealing with. I don't. And to me, what it sounds like is that person that you were talking to at the bar isn't motivated to sell.
Bro, that's all my leads, bro. Like that's all my leads, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. And like I know it's my fault because I'm a self-accountable bull. People are making sales with the same leads I'm getting. So it's like either my conversations aren't good. That's probably what it is. I just need to really get good at honing on their like just building rapport and getting the motivation. Like I just need to really get good at that, I guess. I don't know. Like
Are you
pivot a little
hand
bit.
dialing the list yourself?
All right, so this is what I do. I go in the dialer, I call through, and I just ask for general. Are you trying to sell your house? Yes or no? We might even get into motivation. We might not. Whatever. I put that in my CRM. Then I go in my CRM, and then I just hand dial them Jones. And then that's when I get to the pillars, get to all that, build all the rapport, yada yada yada. But for me, that's just how I get the most leads because I don't want to spend too much time on the dialer trying to have too many conversations per se. Like I'm just trying to get as many leads as possible, so then I can just really just play them however I need to play them. Because those leads for me, this is the way I think of it. If you want to sell your house, there's some way for me to make money. If you want market value, I can refer you to an agent. I got my license. Boom, I make money there. If you want to do whatever, wholesale it, boom, I make money there. So that's just my mindset behind it. I don't know.
So when you call and someone says, "Yeah, I want to sell," you just okay, and then the conversation
Yeah.
cut short. You put them in the CRM.
Sometimes it depends on their attitude. So some people on a dialer, they want to get into it. Like, oh yeah, how long have you had it? And they'll just be open. Boom. Then I already got the pillars. I just come back with an offer. Then it just goes in a follow-up. But most of the sellers like I run into are getting called 5-6 times every single day. Oh, I just want X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, well, let me get to know a little bit about the property before I'll give you an offer. So I do try to delve into like what I'm getting myself into, but it's just they just don't want to talk for real. So I'll just go, all right, I'm gonna come up with an offer, give you a call back later so I can get to understand, try to set up another appointment later on to give them a phone call to understand the 4 pillars or whatever. And then that's just how I do it.
So I run into that problem too, where sellers, think that their property is worth a fortune, but like Johnny said, they're just not motivated, bro. Like you really have to call. Like my list, I don't even have a dollar, bro. I hand out up to like, I think this deal that I got was like 800. So that means I hand out 800 people until I got that one person who was actually
Motivate.
motivated, right? And when they hit me with the, my house is worth 350,000, I tell them, yeah, you can, you definitely can. This is what I tell them. I tell them, look, you can definitely go take this to market and see if you can get 300,000. And if you're able to do that, go ahead and do that. What I'm here is to do is offer you a cash offer. If you need to sell this, if you want to get rid of this property as soon as possible, and you want to avoid paying commissions, you want to avoid closing costs, you want to avoid hassles, you want to avoid showing, you want to avoid all these things that come with listing the property.
Right.
I do need a little bit. You're gonna have to leave a little bit of. I just shoot them straight. You're gonna have to leave a little bit of equity on the table because that's the way that I'm able to make a living. I'm an
For the
investor.
convenience of it, right? Right.
Yeah, I'm an investor. I don't buy properties retail because I don't plan to live in them. And if they understand that, then some people be like, yeah, I understand you're probably gonna need, a lot of people are understanding to that, but the people who aren't understanding to that, they're not even motivated to sell. You know what I mean? I cold call, hand out I come in the same way every time. I say, hey, my name is John. I'm calling for whatever the seller name. I'm calling for Julie. Julie says, hey, this is she. I say, Julie, thanks for taking my call. Quick question. Have you ever thought about selling this house on 123 Main Street? It's only 2 answers they can give me. Yes or no? No? Okay, no worries. If you know anyone looking to sell soon, or you happen to change your mind, feel free to save my number and pass it along to a friend. I'm not talking to you anymore because I got so much more people that I need to call. And if you really wanted to sell your house, you would have said yes. You thought about selling this property. If you motivated, you thought about selling it. And if you do say yes, I say, okay, awesome. Well, I'm looking to purchase property in this area. I buy houses as is. I offer a quick closing. Is that something that you'd be interested in? Right? They tell me, yeah, sure. And then great, let's start here. If you have a moment, I'd love to know more about the property and why you're looking to get rid of it. And if you approach it that way, I find that's easier than saying, well, after they say, yeah, well, why are you looking to sell the property? Because a lot of people come off the same way. Why are you looking to sell the property? And that's when they click like, oh, this guy's just like the rest of them. But if you say, well, I'm love to know more about the property and why you're looking to get rid of it, like a kind of double question, I find it makes it easier on them and they're more open to discuss their motivation that way. Because if you just come straight at them, like trying to figure out their motivation, it's tough, bro.
Yeah,
They don't want
that's
to
a
give it
fact.
up. They don't want
I
to give it
try.
up.
I have a similar I have a similar reaction to that because at first I would come out and be like, oh, why do you want to sell? But through just doing that, I learned to like build rapport, and then sometimes I'll slip in some slick stuff like I'll make assumptions, and sometimes assumptions will bring out the true whatever. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, depending on when they're trying to sell, if I'm trying to find timeline, sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, you trying to sell before the end of the summer? I didn't ask when you're trying to sell. I just made an assumption. So they'll be like, oh no, I want to sell X, Y, and Z. Or I'll be like, yeah, those tenants giving you a headache. And I'm trying to find their motivation. I'm just like assuming, and they'll be like, oh no, actually they're great. I just want to do X, Y, and Z. Boom, I pull the motivation out. That's just what I like to do. But I have a similar approach as you, is just trying to not ask the question directly, but just kind of slipping it in there for sure.
Yeah, and when it comes to like rapport, I try to just keep it. I know everybody says, build rapport, build rapport, build rapport, and I agree, build rapport. But I try to keep it genuine. I mean, if they're not willing to talk about, their kids and soccer and all that other stuff, I'm not gonna bring it up. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
try to force rapport. If you want to just talk straight business, we could talk straight business. If you say something, 9 times out of 10, they will say something that you can give a little chuckle to, kind of laugh a little bit with them. Yeah, I understand that. But I try to keep it, if there's an opportunity for me to build rapport, then I'll do so. But if there's no opportunity for me to build rapport, I
Leave it at that.
it's really, I really don't try to force it unless it's something like, this is a way that I can try to build rapport. I ask someone, because I'm calling an absentee owner list. I ask someone, how long have you been a landlord for? You know what I mean? And that's kind of my door that I use to kind of build some rapport. If they're kind of stiff and they don't really want to talk, that's usually a question that they'll be willing to answer.
Yeah, I'm actually after absentees too. I think just trying to work on my sales process because I know, like, Eric Klein. Yeah, bro, he's the GOAT. Like I can relate out of everyone on YouTube, bro. I relate most to Eric Klein because that's just how I used to sell. So like just watching him kind of plug that into real estate, I can really relate to that. So I'm just trying to get like in my Eric Klein type bag for real, like, because that's just what I know, bro. Like that's just what I know. So like watching him is like, dang. So I'm just trying to really focus in on my sales process, how I talk to them, how I get the information I need and just close. Cause like I'm a closer. I just gotta figure out how to do it in this wholesale game, bro. It's
Yeah, it's different,
crazy. I'm
bro.
trying to
It's
get
different, bro, because it's just such a big asset to people. It's not like a car or a course you're
exactly,
trying to sell. It's a house that you want them to sell. So it's not even like
exactly.
they're buying something from you. So it's a bit different. I ran into that problem a lot when I was, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm like, dude, like these people are freaking stiff. Like I felt like it. I really felt like if I really felt like it was impossible. I'm like, bro, I'm telling like, I was telling my uncle, I'm like, bro, this doesn't work, bro. Like I'm literally telling them this doesn't work, bro. Like I'm trying to convince people to sell their house for this cheap. It's not gonna happen, bro. but it
Right.
works, bro. You just gotta find the process, bro. And there's a lot of people that's way better than me at sales. Like I'm not a sales professional. I'm not an acquisition professional, bro. But I feel like everybody can have their own creative way to get to it, and you don't have to be a pro.
Absolutely. And how he was going through how he handles his calls. It's just so beautiful because everybody does it completely different. You know, everybody has their
Yeah.
own things to say. Everybody has their own ways of doing a report. Like how he said he doesn't force a report. It just happens. I'm that
Right.
same way. Like I'm not going into a conversation thinking, dang, I need to build rapport with them. Right. Because I'm a
Right.
people person. So I'm gonna naturally have a conversation with you. If we're just
Right.
talking about business, then we're gonna build rapport through talking about business, not through
Business.
talking about your kids. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So that's how I handle rapport. I just have a conversation with them because
Right.
people do business with people, right? And how he said earlier, how can I convince somebody? We're not convincing anybody.
Convincing. Right. Yeah.
We're not convincing. We're just solving a problem as wholesalers.
Right.
We're just simply solving a problem. That's when I say, oh, those people don't have any motivation because they don't have a problem for you to solve. So there's no
Right.
need for you to
Bro,
talk.
you couldn't have said it any better. That was a problem. I was trying to convince people when I didn't know, like you just looking for someone who want to sell. First, just look for
Right.
someone who want to sell. Fuck
Right.
everything else. Just look for someone who wants to sell and then figure it out, bro. After that, but don't try to convince everybody because 9 times out of people won't up and move and sell their house right away. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And that gives off commission breath, bro. Like that's what we used to call it in the game. Like you just breathe thirsty. Like I need this. Like, and that just turned people off. Like, all right, bro, get off my phone.
Shit, that's why I moved to not move, but that's why I started focusing on foreclosures because I knew that these people had a motivation, right? I knew that they had motivation. And it wasn't like, okay, I gotta run through this list and hope and pray I find somebody that has motivation. I know that these people do. Now foreclosures is touchy because I done got my fair share of cuss outs, my fair share of all of y'all are nasty sharks. Like, oh, I've got crazy text messages. I've got everything because you're dealing with emotions in foreclosure.
Right.
This
Right.
this is this is emotional for people. So I've gotten all kinds of crazy stuff, but I approach it. I feel like it's good for me because I approach it. I'm the other person on the other end of the phone who is calm and collected. Whereas you might be talking to 50 other people. I like my chances, right?
Right.
In Tennessee, I don't know about Pennsylvania, it probably is. In Tennessee, wholesaling is there's everybody's trying to wholesale.
Oh yeah, it's like that up here for sure.
Everybody,
Bro,
it's so competitive. And I know you in Atlanta. Atlanta, man, there's sharks swimming around in Atlanta.
bro, what, bro? It's beast in Atlanta, bro. Like everybody, even Eric Klein is in Atlanta, bro. Everybody is in Atlanta. All the big guys, they're in Atlanta, bro. Like it's ridiculous.
So Jamil Damji said though, he said, and I like this quote. He likes going to busy markets where there's a lot of people because I like to play in traffic because I know I'm gonna get hit.
Ah,
I like to play in traffic because I
That's a
know.
good way to think
bro, that's
about
a
it.
bar.
That's a good way to think about it.
Man, he said that in a podcast one time. So I'm like, man, because I was thinking, oh, this market saturated. Let me move to a. Nah, I want to be in the. I want to be in the fire
Saturation.
because I'm gonna
Yeah,
get burnt like a mug. You know what I'm
that was
saying?
a little hard, bro. I don't even. That's crazy. I wonder where he picked that up from.
I don't know. I don't know if he just made it up off the top of his head, but I
Yeah,
took it and ran with it. Like, that's
yeah.
mine.
That's
That
real,
sounded like a
bro.
little baby line or something.
Like, like let me tell you, bro. Like even like when I look for like Fizbos, bro. Like damn near every Fizbo out here that's not listed on like Zillow, like on Craigslist or like other ways to people posting bandit signs saying they want to sell their house. Bro, it's always a wholesaler, bro. Like I get so pissed off when I call them, bro, and they have the same thing. Oh, we actually already sold that property, but are you looking for more? And I'm like, bro, fuck out of here, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm looking for deals, bro. I'm hunting, bro. And you trying to wholesale me a deal, bro? No, but bro, it's rough, bro. Like you said, bro, this shit it's everywhere, bro. You're competing with a lot of fucking people, bro.
But
But
hey,
it's out there. There's deals out there. I can tell you that. You gotta call, bro. You have to pick up the phone, bro. That's the only way to get to them, bro. The only way.
man, everybody's doing it because there's deals for everybody.
Money out here.
Deals are there's so many deals out there. You just gotta find them. right? And I even like if I had to start over, but I still had the knowledge I'd have, I think I would spend all day calling low equity properties on Zillow. People who can't sell their property for basically they would break even if they sold it, or they might have to break it, like spend a check,
Yeah.
write a check to sell the house. I'll be calling them and pitching subs to it. Like that would be my little bread and butter. Now, I personally can't stand real estate agents. Can't stand them. Hate talking to them. Hate working with them. Hate everything about real estate agents. So I would have to change that mindset around and start doing that. But I ran across one property where I put it on my YouTube. You might have saw it, Dorian. But it's this property is a perfect sub too. Like
Yeah.
if they sell it
Right.
they would break even.
Right.
If they sell it for $1 short, the owner would have to break a check off or
Right.
write a check for that dollar.
Right.
And I'm telling this agent, I'm like, hey, I will pay your commission, pay them $5,000.
Right.
And these sellers live overseas and don't ever plan on coming back to the United States. So this agent is so doesn't want to do anything. She's like, yeah, they were thinking about renting it out. They don't want to do that, but I told them that would probably be their best option. No, doing what I'm saying is the best option. Like I'm trying to pay you and pay them. It's a win-win for everybody.
Agents aren't smart, bro. They're so ditzy. Like the only smart agents are if they're investors or they work with investors. But that's like 10% of the business. The other 90% is just they just got their license. They know how to do a transaction. They don't know anything about real estate for real, other than X, Y, and Z, bro.
This is coming from a real estate agent.
I'm saying, bro, I don't even use my life. It's just like, bro, once I found out about wholesaling, it just fit perfect for my goals and what I'm trying to do. And it's the perfect funnel to later on allow me to buy my own deals and to turn them into rentals. But that aside, bro, I had this one boy in my city, right? And we weren't cool, but we went to like neighboring high schools, and I was talking to him, and we got our license around the same time, and I had dropped off, and he was like, "What you up to?" I was like, "I'm wholesaling." He was like, "Wholesaling?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "Yeah, a lot of people in the city try to do that." He was like, "That's not going to change your life." I said, "Bro, what? Like, you clearly don't, you know what I mean? Like, what, bro?" He has like agents are so oblivious to this wholesale game, bro. It's crazy.
But what's even crazier is I want to help you make money. It's not like I'm trying to steal your deals. Like if I was a real estate agent, I would be happy to work with a wholesaler.
Exactly.
You're dispoing my property and getting me paid.
Hey, exactly.
For free.
I'm a source of revenue for you, buddy.
Free. You know Ashley, right?
I know what?
You know Ashley, right?
Yeah, her. Yeah, we talk.
Yeah. So aside from that, me and her are going to a brokerage on Monday to speak in front of a bunch of real estate agents to teach sub 2, to show them what Johnny they can do with sub 2. No, Johnny not killing nothing. This all Ashley. Ashley called me up. She's like, "Hey, I set up a meeting that I really hope you could come." And I'm like, dang, so I just walked into this. This all Ashley. Ashley picked up the phone. Ashley can set it up. They're catering food, everything. I'm just showing up. So and talking to people.
That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Yeah, and see, I want to do that in my city too, but Ashley got my butt for this. But I was like, I'm not seasoned yet. I'm not at the point where I want to be teaching real estate agents what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But I have a lot more knowledge than this real estate agent, so why not go share my knowledge? I'm gonna start off like saying, look, I'm no expert, I'm no seasoned investor who knows everything. I'm just like you all trying to figure it out. But here's an option that you all should really learn about and know.
Right.
So we're gonna see how it goes. But I'm gonna walk in there with my suit on. Ashley said don't wear a suit, but come on, my name is Johnny Stewart.
Yeah, Johnny Stewart.
I'm in a suit, man. Come on. But yeah, so that's what we doing with the agents. But you ever have that Jonathan, where you had just an agent that just screwed it all up? And then I got a little story after that too as well about agents.
Bro, it's so crazy how we just all have different experiences as wholesalers, because I've had great agents. Like the only reason I'm moving this deal now is because I'm working with an agent.
Yeah,
So you know, there's great agents out there, but
absolutely.
you know, most people who get their license, they have no idea about wholesaling, because if they did, they wouldn't even get their license. You know what I mean? They would wholesale. So but I don't approach anybody ever as a wholesaler. The only person who knows I'm a wholesaler is me. The only time they know I'm a wholesaler is when we're getting on the contract with the you know, when I'm reaching out and trying to dispo the deal. That's the only way you're gonna find out I'm wholesaling. So every agent that I reach out to, I'm a cash buyer, I'm an investor, and agents love cash buyers. They don't like investors. So they like cash, they don't like investors though, because they know you're gonna come in lower. But if you're reaching out and you're, you know, if you could, I don't know, if you're reaching out to the right properties, then I feel like you can have a good experience, because I mean, I've got deals under contract with agents that had the property listed on the MLS. And just because I know what I'm talking about and I know how to kind of speak to them, I was able to get listings that's on the MLS pulled off the MLS just so I can market it. So I've been able to work with agents successfully, but the problem that I have working with agents sometimes when it comes to like wholesaling properties that's on the MLS is I I don't like wasting people's time. So if I like it's hard for me to reel you in if I know that it's a chance that I might not be able to get this deal done. So I don't like, you know, I don't like wasting agents' time. So I kind of strayed away from reaching out to agents on the acquisition side and just reaching out to agents on the disposition side, because they will help you get a buyer all fucking day. But like when it comes to getting that deal off the market, and then you take it off the market and then you find out that you can't actually move the deal because all your buyers seen it on the market, and they have this, you know, stereotype that if it's on the market, it's trash. And you know then I got to tell the agent, hey, you know, I got to back out of this contract. I hate doing that because I don't want to ruin my face card when it comes to the agents in my city. I always want to have a good face card, so I strayed away from that. But as far as dispo and things like that, I've had good experiences with agents. I'm closing a deal with an agent right now, and I don't mind paying a commission
Yeah.
because I'm not greedy. As long as all parties are happy and I can walk away with a check that is, I feel, is reasonable for the amount of time I put into it, I'm happy. I will pay you 10 grand if we're making 50. I will
Absolutely.
pay, you know, I will pay a tenant 8 grand to move out if we're making 50. And if I can walk away with, I will pay everybody if I can walk away with at least 10, 15. Shit, I'm taking that all day because that's 10, 15 I didn't have. You know what I mean?
No,
So
no.
when it comes to dispo though, like I recommend, if you can't find a buyer, bro, call these agents, bro, and they have buyers, bro. They have clients, bro, and these people will make you call them. I gave Johnny the script last time that I used to, or I think I put it in the chat what I used to reach out to agents.
Yeah.
Like that's the same script I use every time when I'm reaching out to agents. I got an off-market property. I seen you sold this property here in this area. I got an off-market deal that I want to know if you have any investors that may be interested in buying this one. They will help you all day as long as you can protect their commission and they can make something on the deal, whether it's a referral fee or a commission percentage. So
Man, you got so many good stories. I remember one time I had a huge house in Elizabethton, Tennessee, the biggest house in Elizabethton, Tennessee, and it wasn't a wholesale house at all, but he was in foreclosure, and I just stumbled upon it. So I got on a contract, and the dude I got, like the owner, he looked me up before he even signed the contract, so he knew I was a wholesaler because I'm out there as a wholesaler. So he knew I was a wholesaler. And he's like, look, I don't care if you wholesale it, like just keep me updated. I'm gonna give you a week to try to move it. If you can't move it in a week, then let's terminate our contract. I'm like, yo, that's real. Like, let's do it. I hit up every investor. No investor wanted to touch it because it's in Elizabethton, Tennessee, and it's a huge house. If you know anything about Tennessee, it's Elizabethton is a small like country town. So Elizabethan isn't hot for investing at all. So I called a realtor and I was like, hey, my name is Johnny. I saw that you sold a property down the street. There's another big house in Elizabeth, and I have an off-market opportunity for you if you want to take a look at it. She goes, are you looking to wholesale it? I'm like, yes, ma'am. Click. I was like, dang. And she was like the top agent in Elizabethan and sold all the big houses. So I was like, okay, y'all, I'm finna call her and we're gonna get this going. She was not fooling with me. Needless to say, that deal after a week, I couldn't do nothing with it, and that one was gone.
Yeah, bro. I had a situation like that too, bro. Like as soon as I mentioned the word wholesale, and this was on the dispo, the deal I have now, called up the agent. He was like, yeah, wholesaler just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I was like, well, they're not treating it like a business. I treat my operation as if it's a business, you know what I mean? And I was like, if you still want to have the opportunity, click. I'm like, dang, in mid-sentence. And as you were talking, bro, I realized that like agents, the reason that they're so like uneducated per se is because like when I went through school, they really just teach you, they don't even teach, matter of fact, when you're an agent, you're really just there to facilitate the transaction and the process. That's it. Like you're there to hold the seller's hand into doing the paperwork, getting the escrow, going through inspections, getting the title ordered. You know what I'm saying? Because normal people don't know how to do that. As far as all the creative financing and how do you make the numbers work and all this X, Y, and Z, that's not in their wheelhouse. It's not in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Hey. What happened?
Yeah, man. I mean, when it comes to like, when it comes to agents, bro, they definitely not on the same page as far as knowing real estate. Agents think they know real estate. A lot of them think they know real estate, but they don't really know the game. They know how to, like you said, just the transactions part. They know the transactions and the basics and things like that. But yeah, man, I mean, wholesaling is it's tough.
All right.
It's tough.
That's why I learned. That's why I kind of strayed away from the agent side, because you learn more as a wholesaler. You learn how to be creative. You know how to do creative financing. You know how to do sub two, etc. You know how to make numbers work. You know actual market values, repair costs. You learn so much about like the whole business other than just the transaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another thing I heard you guys saying was like, when people ask like you guys say you're a wholesaler, like, I don't think I've ever had to tell anybody that I'm a wholesaler. Like I just say, I'm looking to either do an assignment or a double close, and they already, they know what they know what that is, you know what I'm saying? So I just say I'm looking to do an assignment or a double close. Like the agent I'm working with now, they know I told them I have the rights to purchase the property, but I'm looking to do an assignment or a double close. Like I don't ever say I'm wholesaling the property, just because everybody knows everybody hates wholesale, blah blah blah.
Right.
So I just approach the agents when I'm on the dispo end. I'm just like, hey, I have the rights to purchase this property here. It's an off-market deal. But I'm open to doing an assignment or a double close. If you have an investor that's interested in taking this one down, I take down a couple deals every month. But I'm having a lot of inventory and leads that, I can pass on. So, I'm more than open to working with you guys, seeing if we can do a deal together. So
I'm gonna start taking that approach. Yeah, that's good.
I think dispo is easier, because I mean, if you got a deal, somebody's gonna buy it. Somebody's gonna buy it. If you have a deal, somebody's gonna buy it. The hardest part is acquisitions, bro, just because you gotta find that motivated seller, bro. It's just like finding a needle in a haystack. It's finding that motivated seller, bro, and actually getting them down to a number that will make you any type of money and will still, leave them happy at the end of the transaction.
Right.
That's the hard part, bro.
That's why I'm just trying to refine my sales process. Like,
so
like
where are you? Because you have a deal on the contract, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and I think you sent me that deal, and I gave you I gave you a little bit of what I thought about it. Is that the only deal that you have in the contract, like your first contract ever?
Yeah, it's my first contract ever. Yep. And
So
that's
did you reach out to the seller and see if you can get the price reduction? Let me look back at our conversation.
Hey,
no,
yeah,
I didn't reach out yet. Only I just explained this to I just explained this to Johnny earlier. This I got it through a referral. So this guy, it's actually long story short, I went to high school with this one bull. He's my best friend, and his mom started dating this bull who's in the real estate, and we've been working closely, not closely, but we're working together for the past couple of years, just doing stuff. I helped him renovate homes. I've helped him sell homes with my license. We did a bunch of stuff. So he has this family member who wants to sell, and they're looking for a certain amount, and they have a mortgage that they want to pay off. So just through me respecting his wishes, I'm trying to help him out as best as I can without doing a price reduction. Worst come to worst, I'm just gonna have to do a price reduction, obviously, just to get the house moved. But
And you got offers already, right? You said you had offers coming in at 120.
right, and I have I negotiated with this one guy, and we're coming in at 118. So we'll make 8.5 on that, and I gotta split that, but that's cool with me. As far as the first deal, but he has a bunch of stuff in the property. He was a hoarder, and he wants time to get rid of his stuff. So I gave him 45 days in the contract to get rid of it. And I negotiated with the guy who wants to buy it, and I told him that we should just push closing back 45 days. Just get it under contract, push the closing back 45 days, only because he is a hard money. He's getting his money from hard money lender. And obviously you got to pay interest and everything per month. So 45 days would be like a month and a half of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much that. But I actually just got an email that I'm about to show you guys that might have just put that deal, might have just shut it down. Hold on, let me see. Can you let me share content?
yeah, I think you can. Do I
It
have to
said
let
only the host can share in this meeting.
yeah, I'm gonna try.
Go to participants, click on
Oh,
my name, and
I got
then
you. You go to share screen and you do multiple participants instead of.
yeah, screen. There we go. Start broadcasting.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it should be. Can you see?
Dang, who's that guy in that top corner, man? Hey.
All right. You guys can read this. I just got this, John. I just checked my email. It came in yesterday. So this might have just killed my deal.
Damn.
Yeah. So they just got this back because I asked them to order title, and it took them a little bit, and they just got this back yesterday. I just seen this like 3 minutes ago.
So this might not actually kill your deal. This might be what you needed, because you said you wanted to discuss getting the payment down. I mean the price down.
Price down, right?
So this might help you do that. Be like, hey, there's, what are they saying? Over 11,000 in in judgments.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says the judgment is 266,900.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I'm over
That's
here keeping around with him reading. Hold on.
That's insane, bro. So they'll have to pay 266,900 to buy the property.
yes. And then plus his mortgage, which is like 80, 83 or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, Johnny, you have more sauce than me when it comes to paying shit off, bro. Like, so you got to tell them
Bro,
how to get out of this one. I have no clue. I would chalk it.
it's not even worth that, bro. Like ARV in like nice condition, bro, is like 250. And that's pushing it. It's like 240 for real. Like he's underwater crazy on this.
I would address it by just asking him first, like, hey, were you aware of any judgments or any liens? And just see what he says. And then hit him with this information. There are 14 judgments, and at least 11 of them are different. Those are definitely against you. All I know is, now this is probably a different case, but on my first deal, there were 26 judgments against the seller. So it was two people. The man died and deeded the property to his wife. There were 26 judgments against the wife, but none of them matched the social security number of hers. So they were able to wipe them off. So
Wow.
maybe these are, you know, a different social security number. I don't know how big this area is that the house is in, but the reason why all 26 were in different different social security numbers was because
It was a different person.
she had a positive, yeah, she had a name that a bunch of people had,
Right.
and it was a different person. So
The only issue with I had given them they asked for his social, so I provided his social.
okay,
So I would assume that they ran this with it. You know what I mean?
with his social,
With his social, I had to give them his social, his ID. I sent all that through.
Dang, that like he trusted you with that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I told you it was a close family friend or of my partner. So
Oh
I
yeah,
just had
yeah.
immediate rapport. I just anything I asked for was mine.
Man, yeah, let them know. That's crazy.
But I mean, the good news is they asked for the seller payoff information. So I mean, if they wanted to back out, they wouldn't even ask for that. I don't think. All right.
And also, they requested a payoff from the city, so the judge, like the liens, might be this crazy amount, but their payoff they might accept $5,000.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that can be something you can negotiate too. I personally, being your first deal, I would just run through them, tell them exactly what numbers you have, and then move on to the next.
Yeah.
But there's ways to get the city to accept a way lower amount than that. It's just
Right.
the time trying to negotiate, and is it even worth you negotiating? You might want to hire a lawyer. And then it's
Right.
hiring a lawyer worth that, you know, $4,000 you could walk away with. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm only making four grand on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So.
Would it be worth paying a lawyer out of that? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. It would probably make the spread too. Am I back? Can you see me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna think it over. I'm gonna talk it over with my partner. Dude has not helped me at all through this thing. It's kind of crazy. Like, I just got off the phone with him and I was telling him that the buyer was trying to negotiate different terms only because he's a hard money lender, or he got his money from hard money, so he wants to figure out some way where he doesn't have to pay interest on the property and not be able to renovate it for another 45 days. And I called him. He was like, just snapping. Oh man, they trying to negotiate. And I was like, bro, like, I've been working kind of hard for this deal. He was like, you've been working hard. You in the wrong business then. I'm like, bro, what? Like, I'm all day calling buyers. I'm talking to agents. I'm working dispo. I'm up and back from the property. You know what I mean? Like, I'm running numbers.
This needs to be your first and final deal with Homeboy.
That's what I was thinking, bro.
Is that the realtor friend that told you that, bro?
Yeah, it's my man's.
I mean, not the realtor friend, the guy who flips the houses.
Right. Yeah. He was like, you're getting 50% of nothing, bro. I'm like, and so are you, bro. Like, I'm doing all the work here. Like, so yeah, boy, this has just been a crazy deal for real, bro. Crazy. A lot of work.
First and last with Homeboy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this, when you're first starting out, yes, everything is work.
Right.
Everything. Right. Even when you're seasoned and people are doing it for you, you still working.
Working, facts.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy autumn. Did they just send you that?
Yeah, yesterday. I just saw it though, like 3 minutes ago.
Oh, you one of them who don't check their email?
I do, bro, but like the title company, bro. No, bro. They were taking too long. I should have checked it, I guess, but yeah.
I got on to Ashley yesterday because Ashley's like, I don't check my email. I got 20. I'm like, you're a business person.
Gotta check that, John.
You're a bit like.
I check my email every 5 seconds, bro.
Man,
I literally cannot stop checking my email, bro. Like, especially when I have a deal, bro. Every time I hear that notification of Gmail, bro, I'm picking up my phone, bro. And it's usually some bullshit, bro. But when I get that email that's from somebody that I need to hear from, it feels so good, bro.
Title companies communicate through email. That's it. Like
Yeah.
the title company that we're working with now, that we have that sub two working with, they emailed us like the day after, and I got it quick. I'm like, hey, Ashley, did you get the email? Because they wanted to get in touch with the seller, but they couldn't, so they reached out to us. Ashley's like, I don't check my email. I'm like, you need to? Like, what you mean you don't check my email? Like, let me screenshot this and send it to you via text, you know? But when I'm not there, what's gonna happen? They're gonna be emailing you, you just not gonna check it, and then you lose it on the deal.
Yo,
Bro, the title companies look at me crazy when I call them, bro. They just be like, "Can you write that and send it in an email?" I be like, bro, they don't even care what you say over the phone. They're just like, email this to this and write it in an email, and then somebody will be in touch with you, bro. So like everything is over email, bro. So, but the thing I hate, like my biggest thing, bro, when it comes to this, bro, is like I hate waiting on an email, bro. Like I hate waiting. It's such a waiting game when you actually have a deal in the contract. It's so much built up like anxiety and all type of shit when like you have a deal on the contract because you're always waiting on somebody to say things and you don't know when the email or if you're gonna get a negative email that just fucks everything. You don't know the next thing somebody could say could fuck everything. So it's like, bro, everything has to go perfect. And if I get an email that's bad, it's just fucked. I got to go in a whole different direction. And bro, the anxiety waiting on emails and waiting on like closing attorneys and waiting on buyers and waiting on everything. I always feel like, bro, it's not a good feeling, bro.
Man,
Telling me, bro.
I was trying to stop. Go ahead, Dorian.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
I was trying to stop a foreclosure one time, and I'm on the phone with the mortgage company, but they're asking me to email them documents. So I'm emailing this lady, and all of a sudden this lady just goes ghost. I'm blowing up her email. She's with a mortgage company. I'm blowing her email up. Then I CC'd my closing attorney, so she knows that I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? This was my first deal ever. This was my first deal with her too. Like I just want her to know, like, look, I'm trying my hardest to get you everything you need, so you can watch. And once she saw that I put another lady on, she's like, oh, she tried to get in there, type, respond. I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. Like, I just need 2 documents. So I don't know what buttons you need to push to give me my documents, but hurry up. Hurry up. I got a deal going on right now. Like I said, it was my first deal. So I'm over there like, man, I need to make sure everything's good. As soon as the title lady asks for this, I got to have it. Like, oh, man, it was crazy.
Bro, every time I send an email, bro, I'm rereading my email 50 times and be like, man, did I say this right? Is this gonna turn everybody off because I didn't say this right? Is everybody gonna say fuck this guy? Like, cause I sent an email, bro, and I'm rereading it 40 times. Like I'm sitting there like, man, I fuck, cause I don't get a response that day. When I don't get a response in the email that day, oh my God, it's hell. I'm like, man, I fucked up, man. I shouldn't have said that. That fucked the whole thing.
Man, look, you got to cut that thought process out, man.
Oh,
Cut that out.
It's automatic, but what I forget is that, you know, I'm not the only people that they're working with, bro. Like that's something I gotta forget. Like I'm not the only person that they're working with. I feel like when I like send an email, like I'm the only email that come through and everybody's just sitting at the computer reading it. Like, I'm not gonna reply.
Bro, like,
but it's not like, bro, they got a ton of shit going on. But bro, I'm every deal, I'm still like, I'm not a pro. Every deal, I'm still learning. Every deal, like it's like I told you, like I just like it took me 2 years to actually go through a deal and actually speak to a closing attorney. So every deal, every conversation I have is still very new. So I still have to overcome those new jitters of waiting on a reply from a closing attorney, waiting on an inspection date, waiting on these documents to get back. I still have to go through that because I never went through that when I was giving a deal to my uncle. I would just get an acquisition deal, get that on the contract, and I don't need to hear from anybody until it's payday. But now I actually have to wait on people and communicate, and I'm still learning. Like I'm not a pro. I've done some deals, but I'm still very, very, very fresh and still learning every conversation that I have. Like every deal I get is different. Like I'm working with a freaking rental I'm working with a freaking what is it called? Rental management. So they manage the tenants. The owner doesn't know the tenant at all. He doesn't even know who the tenant is. And the buyer is requesting HOA information. I don't even know how to even first off contact the HOA. Like, do I just knock on the door and find out who's part of the HOA? Like, I have no idea. So every deal, like this deal I'm working on right now, I had to do, it's nothing like the last deal I did. You know what I mean? So it's completely different. I'm still learning every single deal. So, I mean, forgive me if I got the jitters sometimes, bro. Like I still get nervous like on every single deal I do because I want it to go through. And, like we all want to be successful in the game and we never want to have a deal fall through. So
Yeah, sure, I feel that, bro. That's tough. What was I gonna say? I think it's crazy. I don't know if it's just me. Tell me if it's just me, but when you kind of hustling, you forget the weekend is the weekend. So like sometimes I remember like just last week I sent an email to the title company on Friday. And it's like Saturday and Sunday, bro. I'm like, yo, where's this email at, bro? And I look at the job, I'm like, it's the weekend. I'm tripping, like, you know what I mean? But I'm just going through the hustle. Like Saturday, Sunday, I'm still in a dialer. I'm still doing my thing. I forget it's the weekend for everybody else. It's just the hustle.
I do the same thing too, bro. But it's good. That's how you know when you actually like you want it for real, bro. Because, bro, I'm like when it's Friday, I cannot fucking wait till Monday because I know everybody's gonna hit me back on Monday. And when they don't hit me back on Monday, oh my God, it's bad, bro. It's bad. Like I can't wait to go to sleep. Like I want to go to sleep at 6 o'clock so I could wake up Tuesday and get an email, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, it still get like that, bro. It's still very new, man. But that's wholesaling, man. But I know once deals pick up and I got multiple deals in the pipeline, like those type of feelings should probably go away because I know that if this deal falls through, I have another one here, another one, multiple that I'm working on. But I think we feel these type of emotions when it comes to like speaking and communicating and stuff because we only have one deal. So it's like make it or break it. This deal go through, fuck, I gotta get another one. So that's just my perspective when I'm going through this stuff. It's like I got this one deal. If this one fall through, I gotta get back in the field and hunt for another one. So Johnny, I got a question for you, bro. How do you stay so consistent, my boy?
I wish I was so consistent. I would say consistently, I call 5 days a week consistently, but I should be calling every day. How do I stay consistent, man? I just know what I want and I know what I can do. And like I said, I've written on my board, I will create the life that I want and what others expect from me. So growing up, I was always the child who, oh, he'll be a millionaire. Oh, he'll be this, he'll be that. So I was always told all these things about me. So it's like I gotta do it. Like, I can't be a failure in y'all's eyes. I know my brother. I got a little brother who's a year younger than me. He just graduated college, got a real good corporate job, but he'll probably be a corporate man all his life, right? So he might break a mill, right? But that's like he's living a comfortable corporate life. My older sister's 27. She's nowhere near doing anything. Like she's not putting my parents in a home, you know. My little sister, she just graduated high school, so she's young and she doesn't have it figured out. But I think to myself, like, I'm the one. I'm the only one. Like I know what my parents are gonna need and I know what I need. So somebody gotta make it shake. And that's me. So that's how I, wake up and make these phone calls because I'm just thinking like everybody else depending on me. Everybody else is waiting on me to make it shake. I'm waiting on me to make it shake. So that's how I am. I'm not perfect by any means. There's some days where I just look at my stuff and I'm like, yeah, not today. Not today. It ain't happening today.
That's real.
I ain't doing nothing today. I have some days. So I gotta tell you. I have some days where I get up, make a few calls and be like, man, I go outside and chill with the dogs, man.
That's
You know,
real.
Bro, I do the same fucking thing, bro. Like, bro.
like trying to be consistent, trying to do all this. I feel like I'm more consistent than a lot of people, but I'm not 6 a.m. 5 a.m. up, gym, chair. I got a whole schedule written out. I'd be damned if there was a day where I went through and made that whole schedule hour. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna happen. But like I said, I know y'all know where y'all want to be. So them days where you are locked in, you're locked in for real. And
Yeah,
them days where it's like, you know, earlier you were talking about when I get a deal, I kind of just take my foot off the gas.
yeah.
Bro, I had some bullshit coming to my mind earlier. Cause I closed once I got that second deal on the contract, I'm like, hey, I got a nice deal coming. Let me go sit down. Like, let me go rest. Like, that's a terrible mindset to
Yeah.
have. But it came in and I quickly turned it off and grabbed it up. I'm ready to throw it away because I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get the next deal, the next deal.
Nice.
But we're human, like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of contentness creeps in, but you gotta realize it and know, like, yeah, I'm not with that. Cause y'all know what y'all want in life, and I know what I want. So that's where my shit come from.
Yeah, I got a schedule too, and it be those spurts of like a month or 2 months where I'm just beating that schedule down, and I'm like, man, I'm a superhero. This is gonna last. I'm so disciplined. Everybody else weak as fuck. Me savage. And then like I get like once that go, like I do that for like 2 months, and then I'm like, man, I take one day off, and then I take another day off. And then after the second day off, it's fucked, bro. Like I feel like I come and I try to sit back in front of the phone and I'm like, man, do I even still got it? Like I feel like I don't even got it. Like, let me warm up. Like I just forget. But like, bro, when I don't know, like when I just get a deal and I got it on the contract, like I just wanna see it through so bad. Like I think I didn't close the deal for 2 years, bro. Like my hyper focus is different. Like I focus so much on one thing. And I think that kind of hurts me sometimes. I think it's good sometimes, but it also hurts me sometimes because I get one deal and I focus so much on that deal that I forget, like, hey, bro, you can be getting more deals. You know what I mean? So it hurts me sometimes when I just focus on one thing. But
You gotta think out of your day, like for example, me today, right? The perfect
oh, you
example.
guys don't want to hear my day. Go ahead.
Perfect example. I got that contract locked up at like 9:30. And so I'm talking to a buyer, talking to him. So in the meantime, all in all, time I spent on the phone with the buyer and the seller, no more than 2 hours I spent actively on the phone talking to them. No more than 2 hours. Then I got a third-party authorization form signed and submitted so I can start being on like this other guy I'm trying to buy his house, his mortgage, because I have some questions to go through. So all in all, probably 3 hours I spent actually working. Where in all those other hours, I could have made my foreclosure list, called it, and and got ready to call tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I did those things sporadically throughout the day, and every other minute was just straight BS. You know, so man, trying to get that. It's Friday. My work day don't stop until 6 p.m. I need to go. You know what I'm saying? Some days I got it, and some days I don't. And the days that I do have it, I'm trying to pull my lazy self around. Like, right? I got two selves. And one of them is lazy, but and one of them is driven and knows what he wants. I'm trying to teach my lazy person, like, hey, you need to get up, you need to do this, and you need to do this. Yeah, you see what he's doing? You need to do that.
Facts.
Okay,
You know what else, bro?
I just got a help me text. Hold on. Hold on, y'all want to hear this? Because I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Ashley. She sent me a bunch of screenshots to help me.
Bro.
Ashley, look, you on Zoom right now, and I'm recording, so don't say nothing too crazy. But what's up?
Okay, well, you know how we were talking the other day and you were talking with old girl, right? It was like simple.
Who's old girl?
The girl that you were texting, that you were trying to hang out with. Are you muted? Are you muted?
No, I'm not, but I know what you're talking about. I thought this was real estate related.
I don't know. This is personal.
Oh yeah, okay. Well then, can I help you? Can I help you later?
I mean, sure. My problems can wait. Lawyers can be taken care of on the spot.
Well, I'm on Zoom right now. I got this is recorded. Like you can't be talking about this right now. Are you in the car?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, but you can. Sure, we sitting here talking. Bet. It's in the group me, girl.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. My bad. I thought this was real estate related.
Yeah, bro, she trying to help you with the 2-man, huh?
I know. Now I'm interested to see because I'm guessing. Oh, so some dude trying to. I don't know. I guess some dude. She gonna tell us when she gets in here. If I know Ashley, she'll tell us. But what she was saying was the other night, me and her were on the phone, and while we're on the phone, this super bad girl texted me, and I'm like, actually, I'm about to say this, and I was capping like a mug, and I didn't I just wanted to, I just want her to come over, but I wasn't trying to be like that.
Ah!
And was like, yeah, you need to tell her straight up instead of capping.
I said, be honest with her because most girls want to fix dudes. She will come over and make all your dreams come true if you just tell her that's all you want.
This ain't fucking 98 no more.
No, people want you to be. I'm telling you right now, guys try to act like girls are so complicated. But if you want to understand a girl, she's nurturing, she becomes a mother at some point in her life. She wants to fix things, take care of things. So if you go to her and you're honest and you say, hey, you know what? I'm really just DTF. Are you DTF? Like, that's what I'm looking for right now. Nothing else beyond that. She's going to think there's something wrong with you. Therefore, she's going to want to fix you. But you're being honest with her. You're being transparent with her.
I hate to say that is like slight way facts though, because the last girl, like I just told her straight up like what it was, and it happened. So hey, but anyway,
but on the topic. Since we're on the topic, why can't it be that simple on the flip side? Like I'm talking to this dude right now who is literally saying things to me in messages like, you're so hot. And I'm texting him back like the emoji with the eye roll, and he's like, what? And I'm like, you're not a teenager. You need to level up your flirting game. He's like, oh, well, I can get dirty. And I'm like, ooh, no, don't get dirty. I don't even know you. Like, what? He's like, oh, I added you on Snapchat. I swear maybe he is a teenager.
Guys are very simple creatures, bro. Like, it's the same thing you just said. You speak your mind, and honestly, we'll probably be more hyped to hear you say it than y'all are to hear from us, for real.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm thinking this dude's too simple. Like, he's special.
That's crazy.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little special.
Well, you better get on with him, so.
I saw the help me text and like a couple of screenshots. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. Like she's gonna talk about real estate. I'll call you, man. Some dude, man.
Bro, she's talking about butt. That's crazy.
I thought we was talking about something.
Hey, you never know. You never know what it's gonna be about.
No, don't I know
it?
Actually, I heard Johnny been telling me you've been killing the game, man. You got some stuff set up with some agents, bro. You're going crazy.
Oh yeah, Monday we have a breakfast and learn that Johnny's gonna come and do that breakfast and learn with me. And then I've got 3 more scheduled, and I'm talking to a title company right now to do the same thing. This is like a really small town though, so it's gonna take a lot to kind of get out there. These people are so backwards minded. I mean, this is how their adult men flirt. So it's gonna take a lot to really educate these people, because number one, they need to understand that they lack the education in order to be open to it. So, but it's a start. It is in the right direction. But yeah, Johnny and I both are killing it. Did he tell you guys we're taking over a towing business?
Yeah.
We're going to turn it into a nationwide towing business, because that does not exist.
He told me if things go right for me, I'm about to be right down there.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag Dorian to Texas with me.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I don't know if you guys are at the hiring VAs yet, but I started a course that trains VAs how to cold call, all the things that a VA needs to do for your wholesaling real estate business, so that you are not having to take the time to train them. So the course is going to go live this week. We're already right now putting other VAs like trial period with the course, just to see what their feedback is and how they do through the course. So we're doing like a blind study, basically. We've got VAs that have never touched real estate before in their life, and we have VAs that have been in real estate for over 5 years, cold calling and qualifying leads. So they're going through the course this week when we take it live, and then we're going to sell it. And we're going to sell it in like package deals directly to VAs or directly to wholesalers.
Yeah. I'm gonna start calling you Ash Cash. You got like 8 different business ventures.
Oh, bro, I've got a very high functioning level of ADHD.
Everything.
So I'm always.
You know what she told me today on the phone? She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna set up my Shopify and have this going on." What? You got a tow business, you got a VA business, you got Shopify, you're still trying to wholesale, you work with old people, you're setting up meetings with title companies, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ashley, calm down, like relax.
Bro,
Hey,
she just made me
hey.
feel like I ain't do shit today.
Well, hey, something's got to stick.
But she was making me feel like that every day when she call and be like telling me this, and this, and I'm just like, damn, like shit, I'll talk to like a couple of good calls, like I ain't even done nothing yet. Like that's just go.
I'll be like, yo, there's not enough time in the day. She comes in and
like,
prove that wrong.
I know. Oh my God. No, you are correct. There is not enough time in the day. So we have to figure out ASAP how to remove ourselves from the situation so that we can turn our hour into, I can turn 1 hour, 5 hours right now. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Like, I'm at the point right now that if I go door knocking, I'm about to start picking up some bums on the side of the road so they can do the door knocking for me, and then I can start doing stuff that I need to do.
Awesome. Yep.
I hear that.
Yeah. Johnny, where'd you guys meet at, yo?
So it's funny. She posted in, that Creative Finance with Pace Morby group I told you about. So she posted in it and she was like basically bashing everybody and talking about how nobody's gonna help her, how everybody's like. So I saw that she was like kind of close to me. She was 2 hours away. So I just reached out, like, hey, what's up? And we just clicked and been rocking ever since. But yeah, that's how it happened. She was bashing everybody in the group, like nobody wants to help.
Oh, no. Let me defend myself. Not that I need to, but I had commented a couple of times or put a couple of posts in there because I was working on a multifamily deal. It was my very first deal. And I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. Okay. So I'm in there like asking questions and, hey, like I've done all the research on how you guys figure out cap rate, ROI, all that stuff. I've figured it up. I just need somebody to take a look at this and make sure that I didn't mess something up, or that, I want to make sure I'm looking at this right. Also, could somebody maybe hop in and JV with me? And dude, like 2 days go by and there's not a single comment. Frustrated because Pace is always talking videos like, throw it out there on the creative page and people will dive after it. My students, I make my students help out, you know, other people that are in the game taking action. If you're taking action, we're going to help you. So it's just beyond frustrating. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm out here taking action. You guys you want to keep being on the losing side or what?
Johnny is always smart boy.
And then
always
Johnny
on.
reached out to me.
Yeah.
No, it was funny. Actually funny.
That's crazy. Yeah, you met a real one, Ashley. Keep this guy around.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, we've been since day one. Johnny has been by my side since day mother freaking one.
No, for real. Bro, I just like knew like she had a lot of charismatic, like a lot of charisma. She was hungry. She wanted to go get it. So I'm like, shit. And I didn't expect anything to come from it. I was just, you know, putting in a little group trying to help. Like, hey, I'll take a look at it. I'll help you out. Like, I don't got nothing to do right now. Like, what's up? And it's been cool ever since.
Yeah. Next thing he knows, I'm moving him to Texas to take over a towing business.
Hey, but I'm lit though. Like, honestly, actually, like, I don't know if I voiced this to you, but I am so excited to move out there just to kind of get away from my current situation, just to basically start fresh, start over. So I'm very excited to go out there. And Dorian, you know I want you down there, man. You know I want you down there. So
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to make it shake, buddy. You know what I mean? Because we can get it popping.
Well, hey boys, it's Houston too. So from what I hear, the girls in Houston, that's where it's at.
It's not Houston.
Come on, Ashley. Talk to me nice, man. That's what you sold me.
It ain't selling nothing. It's a small town called Alvin, 40 minutes from Houston.
Oh, baloney. It took me 17 minutes to get to the Houston Hobby Airport.
That ain't.
You seem like a quick driver, though.
Oh, I don't do anything slow.
Crazy.
We'll see how far it is from Houston, because
I think it is 42 miles, 43 miles or something like that.
Last time I checked, it was 40 minutes.
40
Maybe
minutes.
with traffic or something. But the highway is it's like a 5-lane highway.
38 minutes.
That's not bad.
There's no traffic in Houston.
I mean, that's not bad. That is actually quite perfect. It puts you in the perfect spot to be looking at real estate. You're a 38-minute drive from a major metropolitan area. That's where everybody wants to live, bro.
No, you're right though, because I live in Murfreesboro. Being like, 40 minutes from Nashville is perfect.
Yeah, it's less saturated. You're not, fighting over deals with people.
Oh, no. We were talking about it earlier. You're fighting over deals regardless.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. That's
Johnny saw my John. I put a list in Bikini Bottom. I'm still getting resistance down there, bro.
Right. Actually, did you ever see his video, the Bikini Bottom one?
No.
I was like, man, I gotta jack up swag. I'm not even gonna tell you about it. I'm just gonna send it to you. That he made a good video. I was cracking up.
Appreciate
Did it blow
bro.
up? Did it blow up?
Nah, I wish. It got like 1.6 K.
Shit,
that's a blow up compared to where I'm at. Although I did get some traction lately. I got 150 new followers in 24 hours.
Not laughing at you, Ashley.
No, please do, because here's the thing. The only difference between me and somebody who has, 10 million followers is time. That's it. That's the only difference.
Talk to him.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said the only difference between me and someone who has 10 million followers. So the only difference between like me and Mr. Beast right now is time. That's it.
You damn right. I mean, you're not posting Mr. Beast content, so I would say like.
Well, I just meant, fan base wise, like the following. you know, I will be there. It just, the only difference is time. He started before me. So while I've been over here growing and gaining more knowledge and a better mindset, you know, he's in the thick of it. So, you know, he's losing his mindset. I'm gaining mine.
No, you're right. Because shoot, I got 441 subscribers on YouTube.
Killing it, bro. Getting there.
It started with 0 only 6 months ago.
Go.
I'm on the way up.
That's what's
Hey,
And the
up.
you
consistency,
know,
bro.
and you know what? Facebook actually switched my account recently to have followers instead of friends. And I was like,
See,
that's what's up.
they switched mine too. I was like, man, I done arrived now. Like, what? Y'all
We
can't
got a following. You better start preaching.
For real. Like, what? Followers on Facebook? I can work with that. I can work with that. Jonathan, what's
Yeah.
up, man?
Chilling, bro. Y'all doing a whole lot, bro.
Well, I want to, yeah,
Whole lot,
tell me
bro.
about you guys. What are you, so Jonathan, tell me about yourself, buddy.
Well, my name is Jonathan. I'm in Atlanta and I'm wholesaling real estate. Same thing.
Awesome. Awesome. You're not far from us.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not far at all.
like a,
My girlfriend actually has some family up there in Tennessee, so I was up there not too long ago.
oh, what part?
I believe it is it Knox? Is it called Knoxville? Or
Yes.
Yeah,
Not,
Knoxville.
so Knoxville's like an hour and a half from me. They're on the Eastern time zone. Are you like in Atlanta areas?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, like Fulton County in Atlanta.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, man. So just
Atlanta.
bro, I seen Johnny videos on YouTube, and I was like, bro, this man looked like he, probably around my age, doing wholesale real estate. And I'm like, I'm fairly new, but I have some experience in different areas. I'm like, let me reach out to him, see if he ever did a deal yet. And let me just, let me make some friends who's doing like the same thing as me. Cause my friends that I have now are on some whole other shit, bro. Like, I'm like,
Oh,
I'm the only one
yeah.
in my group who's even knows what a freaking, how to even comp a property or what even a comp is, you know what I mean? So,
No, you're exactly right. You are exactly right. And
yeah,
it's always nice to meet more people. And, you know, everybody kind of comes to this at a different level. Like you're saying, you already have experience in other areas that you're probably using those skill sets in what you're doing now in wholesaling. And that's what's amazing is we all come from different backgrounds with different skill sets. Johnny's been a part of a team. You know, he played football in college, so he knows what it's like to be a part of a team and to be a team player. And I think that that's what attracts so many people to Johnny because he's such a team player.
yeah. I think what attracted me to Johnny is just, bro, how real he is, bro. Like how real the calls he posted. Like I just know because I've been doing this. It took me 2 years to get my first deal, so I know I've been through the mud. So when I was watching him make his calls, I'm like, bro, he is me. Like this guy is me when I was going through this shit, bro. And he's not bluffing it. He's not fluffing it like how, all these people on YouTube act like, hey, wholesaling is great. Look, I just did 3 million last month. Like, bro, I'm like, this guy he's doing the real thing. He's cold calling and he's getting cussed out. This is really what it's like. So I was like, bro, let me reach out to him and see what type of time he's on. So
Yeah,
but
nothing prepares you for that.
yeah,
nothing prepares you for that. So no, you're right. Nobody posts that stuff. Everybody always posts their wins and their gains and how awesome it is and this, that, and the other, but they don't
How
post.
you make $10,000 in 2 months.
yeah,
Right.
I got my first wholesale deal in 2 weeks. Look at this check, 50 racks. I'm like,
Yeah.
First call.
bro,
They sold
stop
me,
it,
man. I ain't
bro.
gonna lie, they sold me. I was like, 2 weeks?
Stop it. 50K? Oh my God, I'm about to buy a plane. Like, bro.
Yeah, I even seen some guy recently post on there. I just got my first deal in my first week of wholesaling. I told him I was new and that my life depended on it. and they sold it to me for less, and I made $50,000 on this deal, and I was like, that shit ain't real.
Yeah, bro.
Well, that's
You
true
know,
though. Like a lot of people get their first deal by telling the seller that it'll be their first deal, and the seller like kind of empathizes with them, so they're like, "Shit, let me work."
bro,
With
I tried that, and the seller told me I don't work with investors. I don't work with investors, bro. Like, that's the only time I tried it, and that's the last time I ever tried, bro.
you. Yeah,
I told
I've
him, I was
never.
like, I have cash. What does it matter? He's like, well, my property isn't listed. That's what matters. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. Fuck that. I'm never saying that again.
I've got.
You're like, that's because you just don't know you want to sell it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, is my like
So,
is my property listed? Well, no, then I don't want to sell. Click.
uh, my favorite one is whenever you try to get the price out of them first, and they're like, well, you call me, you tell
What's your
me.
offer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you tell me what it's worth. And I said, well, I don't know, buddy. When's the last time the tax assessor's been through here? Well, they come every 5 years. All right. Well, that means they came last year, 2022. So what did they say your property was worth? Well, that ain't the actual value, is it? I said, sure it is. If you want
Yo,
to sell it, it is.
Can you guys drop your Instagrams in the your chat real quick?
Yes.
But Jonathan, you know how earlier you were saying kind of how you go about like when you're on the call and you first ask, what'd you say? You know, why are you looking to sell or what'd you say again?
You talking about my cold approach, first line?
Yeah.
I say, hey, my name is John. I'm calling for Ashley. And they'll be like, this is she. And then I'll be like, quick question. Have you ever thought about selling this property on 123 Main Street?
Yeah, and then if they say yes, what's your next question? Because I was gonna follow up with that.
When they say yes, see, I still gotta look at like my script, bro. Like, that's how long I didn't call, bro.
Why
Hold
you
on.
yeah, why you
So,
look at what I do if I start up the phone, hey, look, I don't want to waste your time. Are you considering an offer on the property at blah blah blah?
yeah.
They say, yeah, I'm actually looking to sell that. So I just off rip. The first question I ask was, how much you trying to get out of the property? That's always my first question because
Bro, that's like right after what I say. So after I say quick question, are you thinking about, have you ever thought about selling this house on 123 Main Street? They'd be like, yeah. I'm like, awesome. Well, I'm looking to buy a property in this area. I buy houses as is and I offer a quick closing. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? They say, yeah. I said, great. Well, let's start here. I'd love to know more about the property and why you're looking to get rid of it. And once they tell me that, then I say, okay, well, how much do you need to walk away with?
yeah, yeah.
And if they can't tell me, then I rephrase the questions. Okay, well, what do you want for it? If they don't tell me that, then I rephrase it again. Okay, well, how much do you think it's worth as is? I asked that same question 3 times to pull the price out of them. If they're not going, then
That's good.
I'm probably got to take a different route.
Yeah, and they're probably not too motivated if they haven't answered any of those.
Yeah, so
Right. And
the
you've
same
got to think
question.
about it. Most people know what the value of their property is, like even when, like, I'm not trying to sell my place. And every now and then I'm like, oh, let's check it out. See what Zillow thinks my house is worth. But I mean, I know better than that. I like to keep my head where my neighbors' heads are in case I ever want to buy their property.
No, I hear that. I hear that. Dorian was talking about earlier how Zillow be killing them because he be getting on the phone with somebody whose property is trash, but on Zillow it's this amount, it's way off.
$400,000.
It is. So I
Really?
Oh, hey, Dorian, I didn't mean to be rude and not let you introduce yourself too. I've just heard so much about you already through Johnny. But if you want to go ahead and kind of talk about who you are, what you're doing, because this is my first time being in with you guys.
Nah,
For
you've been here
sure.
with Dorian before.
Yeah, I do wholesale. I got my license as a realtor. I don't really use it too much because I found out about wholesale. I just like the business model way more, better check, whatever. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. I came from car sales, like I told Johnny. So it kind of like relates more. It's all sales, mouthpiece type stuff. So just trying to figure it out. Get my first deal locked up.
Awesome,
Oh yeah, I'm
awesome.
Philadelphia too.
Oh, okay, cool. There's a lot of deals in Pennsylvania that I see, and I get a lot of messages from Deal Central that are in Philly. I got one today that was in Knoxville, Johnny, but I don't didn't really look like a good deal to me.
For real.
They out here.
So I got like 7 buyers in Knoxville. So
Okay. And hey, Dorian, I've got a guy that I was in the Navy with. He is in, well, no, it's more like the Maryland area, but he has like a year left before he retires out of the Navy. So he went ahead and got his real estate license.
Yeah.
Anyways, the dude's super cool. He came across some of my stuff on Facebook. He reached out to me. He's like, long time no talk. It looks like you're in real estate too. What are you doing? You investing? He's like, I'm a real estate agent now. He's like, I see that you're posting like some creative stuff and I don't know anything about that. I would love to connect and maybe you could teach me some of that stuff. So he's super cool dude.
He's out of Philly, you said, or Pennsylvania?
It's actually in the Maryland area, but he works areas like all the way up, I want to say Delaware area. So I don't know like how far out of where you are you would ever
It's not
look.
far.
Or
It's
do
not
you
far at all.
do virtual a lot or?
No, I'm like a hybrid, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I focus mainly in like my market of Philadelphia, Montgomery County, which is like right outside of Philadelphia. But yeah, it's like hybrid. So I try not to go to the property if I don't have to.
Well, I mean, I love the hybrid model because if you're ever feeling discouraged virtually, like you're just not getting through, the phone numbers aren't good, or you're not getting great responses, you can always just load up in your car and drive around the
Exactly, drive
block.
for dollars. I
And
have
I
yet to
got
get.
my first deal was a driving
what
for
do you guys mean
dollars.
by hybrid? What is hybrid?
So it's not fully virtual, but it's not fully like boots on the ground. Whereas like fully boots on the ground would be like you're driving for dollars. You're calling around like your specific market. Like mine, I live in Montgomery County. I live like outside of Philadelphia, but I still market to Philadelphia. So it's almost like virtual in that aspect, but then I can still go there, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like it's close enough for me to drive there and still
Mhm.
drive for dollars, or not do what I gotta do. But if I don't want to, I could just pull a list from that area and just cold call them.
All right, cool. Yeah, I never heard.
Yeah.
I think it's
Some
made up
of
to
some of my virtual drive, like I'm a lot in the Cookeville market, and Cookeville is probably like an hour from me. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go through batch and do driving for dollars, which by the way, I figured out you can do the exact same thing through Google Maps for free. But that's neither here nor there. I've been doing it on batch, but I do like the user interface on batch a lot for driving for dollars. It's really simple and easy. So I do the driving for dollars on batch, like when it's too late to make phone calls. And the next day, if I can't get like a good number, like I can tell these numbers aren't good numbers, then I will add them to a door knock list and I'll do like a reverse driving for dollars and I'll knock on the doors of the houses I couldn't get a good phone number for. That's what I'm doing right now. That's the approach I'm taking right now.
So the virtual driving for dollars, is that just, how does that work? Like, are you just clicking through the streets and just looking for houses the same way you do if you were driving?
Yeah, so it actually operates very much like Google Maps. If you pull up Google Maps and you're like on a street view
Yeah.
and you just click forward, it'll allow you to kind of take your mouse and you can like turn to the side, like click over to the side to kind of turn and look. Or if you have like a laptop you're using and you have like the touchpad, you can just turn to the right or left. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can, but it'll have like a little icon above, like a little landmark icon above the house. And if you click on that, and every database is different. PropStreams looks a little different, but I use batch, but you could do it on Google Maps for free. It'll tell you the address too. And then if you did it through Google Maps for free, then you would just go to truepeoplesearch.com and put the address, copy and paste the address into truepeoplesearch.com to get the owner's name and phone number, and then call them that way. And you could do exactly what batch is charging people $100 a month.
wait,
You
hold on. You can just put an address in the True People search.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can do
bro.
address, name, or phone number.
So you telling me I've been wasting my fucking time for months? What I do is I take an address and I put it in prop stream to get the owner's name. You take the owner's name, put the owner's name in the zip code in True People Search.
Bro.
Put the address straight in there.
Wow. Wow. So
But
okay,
it helps that way though, because then the address comes with a couple of names, so it's better to know who's
Yeah.
actually.
Well,
Oh,
and not only that, Johnny, it's not a bad idea what you're doing because you can find a bunch of other stuff out. Like I do that too, but it's not just to get the owner's name. I want to know a little bit more about the property than I'm going to be able to find
yeah,
in a
but
traditional sense on Zillow.
when you're just making a list, who cares? Who cares about all that? I don't got time. I'm making a list right now.
Oh,
I could care less
right.
about
Well,
X, Y, and Z.
I think you need to define making a list then, because you're talking about when you go through the class or the public notices for foreclosures. So that's not something you could even get from an aggregated source like PropStream or Batch.
Yeah. Nah.
So with the
Okay.
virtual, like, aren't you like those Google images, they're not updated. So a property that might look abandoned, it may be not abandoned anymore. Do you ever come across that? Or like, because it's not live, I assume it's not live.
Maybe you find more information. Like if you come across a property that you think looks like it's abandoned, because I know that in some like major metropolitan areas like Atlanta, I would say that data is within 6 months accuracy, but it's still a 6 month span. Like where I live, it's probably a 2 year span, because I live in such a rural area. But if you then went to truepeoplesearch.com and you put that address in and it gave you like some info that kind of solidified that, like the owner's name and he's deceased. And you're like, okay, maybe it is still abandoned. But you could always verify that by just pulling it up in Zillow or Redfin. And if there was a transaction on the property in the last 2 years since the Google image was dropped, then you'll know, oh, okay, somebody already got that and fixed it up. It would be an extra step, but you could verify it through Zillow or Redfin, or you could just send a list to one of us and we could run it through PropStream or Batch and you could cross-reference it there, or you could use my login to Batch. I mean, I'm not always on it.
Yeah, I mean, I never had luck yet with driving for dollars, but I've driven for dollars like physically, but like I get so caught up because I start off looking for houses that's really beat up, and then I see a house that may be a little bit
I'm
beat up,
saying.
and then I see a house that you should sell because it's dirty. Like, and then I just
Y'all be
start
doing the
grabbing
same thing,
houses
bro.
that's perfectly fine, and then I wind up with a list of bullshit at the end of the day. Like, I
I'll be
can
doing the
never
same
just
thing.
stick to what I came out there for, bro. Like, I see a little bit of binds on this house. I'm like, okay, they're probably not there. Like, let me grab that too. But bro, like, I had no luck with driving for dollars so far.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about just getting out of your car and going and knocking on the door?
Hell no. Hell
Why?
no.
Tell me why. Tell me why you wouldn't.
I just getting out the car and knocking on the door, like I don't know, like I feel like I don't know if I feel like I kind of feel like I'm wasting my time, and then that might be an excuse because I just really not comfortable walking up to the door, because I feel like by walking out the car and knocking on each door, I just think it'll be faster if I just take this home, skip trace it, and call it.
Can
But
I
then that
talk?
may be an excuse for just, me being not comfortable walking up and knocking on the door and having a seller open the door and then me say, hey, I'm a nerd trying to buy a house. Like,
I'm gonna chime in. I would never, ever, 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 ever go knock on a driving for dollars list door. Now,
It ain't a list. It ain't a list. He's in the process of creating it.
I've knocked on probably, I would say probably around 100 doors, but they've all been pre-foreclosure doors that I physically knocked on. So knocking on doors doesn't bother me. But like you said, you feel like you're wasting time. No, you are wasting time.
Oh,
Right?
whoa. Let's
The
not make
amount
any
of-
definite statements
the
here,
amount
Johnny.
of- The amount of time that you would spend knocking on those doors, you could call triple the amount of people. Now, Ashley, what for what you want to do, you're targeting mostly older people.
I am not. Whoa. Let's back up here.
Most of the people who are in your pipeline are older people.
No, that's just who comes to the fucking door.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know that they're elderly, but hear me out here. So, do we all agree that you can close a deal better in person than you can over the phone? Do we agree with that statement?
No.
Okay, well,
No.
that's statistically
no.
been proven. That has statistically been proven.
I can
People
agree
will
with that.
trust you more when they can see your face and see who you are, especially in a day where scamming calls happen all the freaking time. So you have a much better close rate in person than you would on the phone. And Johnny, I disagree with you because I think foreclosures and pre-foreclosures are harder to close in person because those people feel judged. Now you've just given them an extra layer of judgment because you're looking at them, you're right in front of them. But somebody who's not in pre-foreclosure is much more apt or likely to have a conversation with you. And for me, it's not just about seeing if I can buy their house, but it's about making a connection and getting more word of mouth out there. So I've made like 15 flyers that I drop off when I'm doing the driving for dollars. If I see somebody sitting on their porch, I get out of my car, I go talk to them. So my next 3 deals that I'm bringing through the pipe are when I was physically driving for dollars, saw people sitting out on their porch, and I stopped and spoke to them.
Hey,
So
look,
I mean,
she
that's
has a
how
point with it is easier to close people in person. It's just not scalable. That's the only thing. You can't scale that. But when it comes to
well,
when it comes to being in person, that is the hands down best way to close anybody. Just because you're belly to belly, you have, it's like flirting with a girl, right? Like you could text, but you can't convey that emotion and the body language and all the eye contact and all the other stuff that you can. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, it's statistically proven. It's human psychology that
Here's the
we
reason.
trust more what's in front of us.
I guess the reason why I disagree is because I've never closed anything in person, and it's all
Me
been over the
neither.
phone. Nor have I even had to like been in the position where I could have closed something in person. Does that make sense?
Because you haven't done it. So
Exactly,
just because it doesn't exist in your mindset doesn't mean that it's not a very successful strategy.
No, I think it is a successful strategy because look at you, you're successful doing that. I'm just saying for me, I see going door to door is a waste of time for me. I wouldn't say that for everybody. I don't say that for you because you're successful at it and you feel you have the personality where you need to be in front of these people.
Yes,
Like
that does make a difference.
you feel a need to be in front of the people. I don't. So for me, doing all that, and also too, Ashley, you're a white girl.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Let's be
Here
honest.
we come with all the limitations.
It's not limitations. It's real.
I'm the only black guy on the street. They're gonna shoot me.
It's real. If me and Jonathan go knock on the same door that you knock on, I promise you, you're gonna
Okay.
get a better.
So
I'm definitely not closing. Look at a big tattoo on my neck. I'm definitely not closing in person.
hey, I don't know. I disagree with you guys there because I will say there's other statistics that prove that men are more trustworthy in business negotiations than women. But women are more effective because they know that they have to kind of manipulate their way into the conversation, but they can actually close better deals, like higher deals.
Actually, can we all agree? Can we all just agree? If all 4 of us go and knock on the same door, and it's just a random door, depending
but
on.
It has nothing to do with me being white or a female. I just don't believe that. I believe that if you are a very charismatic person and you have this effect on people, then you can literally sell ice to Eskimos.
I don't
Okay.
think it's a limiting belief. I just think like so the deal that I closed today, when I won't say closed, the deal I got in the contract today, I got it because I was a black man, right? So my relationship was, if I could have closed that one, whereas Ashley couldn't.
You
Right.
should have been like, sir, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You're racist.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Like, the reason why I got that deal was because I was a black man and he felt, okay, I want to work with another black man. So that's something that you could have done. But in America, we just look at the statistics. In the state of Tennessee, if we go in Cookville and knock on a door,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
gonna
yeah,
be
it definitely depends
so,
on the market that you're in, for
so
sure.
yeah, so I think in the market that you're targeting, I think that your strategy is phenomenal because it's what you want to do and it's what works for you.
Yeah, but Jonathan's in Atlanta. I think Jonathan would do phenomenal if he went up. Look, Jonathan has like that baby face where he looks so innocent. Dude, you could literally kill it.
Let me ask you this, Ashley. He's calling 100 people. Could he knock on 100 doors? No.
Yeah, that's the only reason I
No,
don't
no,
go
no, no,
that
no,
way.
no. But
Scalable,
here's the
scalable.
thing. Here is the thing. This is what you have to remember, Johnny. It is the ability to close. It is your close rate.
But
So
this is a
even
numbers game, though.
no, not always. Yes, it is a numbers game, but as the market shifted downwards, you have to do a better job building the relationship with the seller in order to get the deal. And you are proof of that. You used your dialer for 4 mother freaking weeks. And what did you get out of that? You called thousands of numbers.
I wouldn't say
What?
4 weeks, damn near 4 months.
Okay, all I'm saying is the only thing that's given you the consistent deal churn or your close rate is by targeting a specific foreclosure piece that you don't even need a dialer for. But the point is, if I go in person, like I now know after my experience what to look for, what the houses kind of look like. And not only am I door knocking houses, I'm going inside of businesses and dropping off flyers and talking to the people that work there. I'm going in banks, I'm going in laundromats, I'm going into the places that if I put my mind into the mindset of someone who might be in foreclosure, or put my mind into the mindset of somebody who might be a tired landlord, where would they be at? You know, I'm going to go into all these places. By God, by the time I leave that day, I want to make sure half the town has put their eyeballs on my flyer. Maybe they didn't read it, but they put their eyeballs on it because it's all about getting yourself out there, getting your name out there, and it's the awareness piece. Once you have the awareness piece down, and Jonathan, once you get great at talking to people, you're not even talking to them about selling their house anymore. You're just going up to make conversation with them. You win them over and they start talking about some pain in their life. You use that pain, leverage it, and try to get them to sell their house because it's probably the best for their situation anyways to sell it. But you also get better. You're going to get better at talking to people. I'm not saying that you can effectively go out here and knock on the same amount of doors that you can dial on the phone. I'm saying you're more effective in the conversation in person than you are on the phone. And as far as scalable, well, you would do just exactly like you would if you were dialing. You put somebody in your position. So now you hire a bird dog, you hire 50 bird dogs. So it is absolutely scalable. You just are approaching it differently. But at the end of the day, it's got to be, I would say, do what you're comfortable with. But at the same time, the whole idea of starting your own business and being successful requires that you step outside of your comfort zone. So I would actually advise against doing what you're comfortable, because as long as you continue to do things that you're comfortable, you're never going to see the growth that you hope to see. You always have to put yourself in an uncomfortable position in order to get to the next level. And that's what I've been doing. You think it was easy for me the first time I just walked up to some stranger's house, knocking on their door like, hey.
Let me ask you
Okay,
a question.
let me chime in for go ahead, John.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, let me chime in for a bit because here's the thing. I've when I was first started, like, just locking in on my own, I went out, I went to the open houses, I talked to the realtors, I drove for dollars, I met sellers in person, I shook hands, I toured properties, and here's the experience I got from that. And this could just be my experience. You guys might have a different one, but here's the experience I got from that. You feel like you're doing a lot. Like you feel like, oh, I'm out there, I'm pounding it, I'm networking, I'm growing. You feel like you're doing a lot, but it just didn't, the amount of time I spent doing all of that, I felt like I just wasn't reaching enough people. And then the time I was spend just sitting at home, picking up the phone, I'm able to get way more contracts. I'm able to meet way more realtors. I'm able to, and they don't care what I look like. They don't care what I sound like. They don't care how, they don't care what I pulled up in or anything like that. Like I'm able to reach way more sellers on. This is why I decided to stay in this office, in this room, and this is where I get my deals done. I don't have to do, I didn't even have to go, this deal I've got right now, I didn't even have to go take pictures of the property. Like everything I did was from here. And it's because I just feel like when you're in person, it feels like you're doing a lot. It feels great. Like I love going out and driving for dollars because I like being in the field. I like touring the properties with the sellers. I like shaking hands. I like meeting agents, but I'm way more effective when I'm here on the phone because I'm reaching way more people. And I'm cutting, all the time wasters, all the tire kickers. All I have to do is hang up the phone and I'm on to the next one and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going. And I just feel like I'm more effective when I'm on the phones than out there in the field. Cause I've been out there in the field. I've tried that route. And I mean, you can definitely close deals in person, but I feel like it's way, like I said, it just feels like you're doing a lot, but you could be
Well,
doing
it's
more.
hard. It's hard with
Hold
on
on,
market
Ashley. Hold on.
properties.
Before you go, Ashley, hold on. So remember earlier in the phone call, I said how everybody has their own way to say things, their own way to do things. What's beautiful is there's 4 of us in here and we all have completely different thoughts about what is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that my way is the best way. I think there's 100 ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is what works for me. It also works for me to sit at home and dial people too. I do it all. I will call homeowners. I will go knock on homeowners' doors. My whole purpose in going into the Cookeville market to door knock is because you don't always get accurate information. So how many numbers have you dialed that it's been a bad number? So I just stick that property aside and I go in person to that property and I knock on the door. But in-person outreach to agents and listed properties, you're literally like, let's look at a house that's not listed versus a house that is. You're literally comparing Mount Everest to Mount Fuji, because it's like near impossible. You gave yourself like the hardest challenge in person to go to agents and homeowners that have their property listed, because these people already have this mindset that my house is worth 400,000, that's what it's going to sell for. And if you aren't coming to buy that house, they don't care who you are and what you do. They just don't. And if you're not making an agent money right now, they don't care who you are and what you do. And if you try to pitch something creative to them, they think you're a scammer. And it's just because they have a limited mindset. But if you go to a homeowner who does not have their property listed and you just have a conversation with them and you get to know them, like this little old lady I met. I mean, I don't know why I'm meeting all these old people, but it's just what's happening. And this lady's got a house that she's renovating that she shouldn't be. And she lives in a 4,000 square foot house that she can't upkeep. And she falls all the time and she has nobody there with her. I mean, it's like the most pitiful story ever. But anyways, she wants to sell her house and she does not want a realtor. So it just happened to work out. But I would have never, like, I could not find a phone number for this house because her property was in a trust.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying, because I have a list of properties that I just, I send out mail to because they're absentee owners, so I can't just pull up and knock on the door, but I send out mail to, and I do a different way of trying to reach them. But my first deal that I closed by myself, it was property that's listed. So it's so many different ways. I guess it's just like your approach. Like I was going to open houses to meet realtors on for my dispo end. You know what I mean? Because
Oh yeah.
realtors for dispo is great. So I'm going to open houses to meet realtors for dispo, but I was also how I was meeting these sellers in person is instead of making them an offer over the phone, which I do now, I was going to in person and then making them the offer there on the spot. But I mean, if they're gonna take the offer, they're gonna take the offer. If they're not, they're not. Yeah, that's just the experience I had. So I make it over the phone
Oh
now.
yeah.
And
And they may call you back and say, "Hey, I've changed my mind."
yeah, or I call them back.
I think that was my biggest hurdle when I first started this. My biggest challenge was trying to force a deal. I tried so hard to force a deal. I would just shy of begging and pleading with a homeowner, like, I know what's best for you and you don't, was kind of my mindset. But when I started to just let it go, like, it is what it is, it'll happen if it happens. I'm just going to be consistent and I'm going to keep getting after it. And that's what I did. And actually, my first deal, my first contract, not my first contract because that one fell out, but the first deal that we have scheduled to close is the one we have the first week in July. That's a $70,000 assignment. So in hindsight, I look at it like, yeah, for the last like 6 or 7 months, I've been out here. There's been plenty of moments of discouragement that I've had to overcome just to stay in it and stay consistent. And I've shifted here and there, looked at businesses and, just tried to keep some momentum. But then we finally get a deal on the table. It's scheduled to close first week in July, and it's a $70,000 assignment. So if you look at it, like,
You said that was your first deal?
that's my first deal.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy.
So I
7K is
think
crazy. That's a great first deal to fucking have.
so. I mean, I'm not trying to be like these, people that have these unrealistic deals, because really, I think it's important to note that I went 7 months without a deal. Like, I've been 7 months without a deal, like panicking. I mean, I'm not panicking anymore because I've also been working on my mindset. And to me, it's like, I have to need this more than I need air to more than I need air to breathe. I have to believe in this process and the success in this more than I believe in anything. And I have to really feel like I'm there and I'm in it in order to have the right mindset.
Yeah.
So once I got there, I no longer stressed about my situation. It didn't matter to me anymore. Like, I literally got to the point that I was like, I don't care if I lose everything because I know I'll get it right back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I had to put my mindset, and it gave me the courage. Like, literally, I've started raising capital. I've been going around to my neighbors asking for capital to invest in businesses and real estate. So everybody that I have a conversation with, I don't care if it's at the freaking Dairy Queen, I am talking to everybody in my life about either, hey, do you have a 401k? Oh, do you work over at such and such place? Cool, cool. I know they have a 401k plan or an IRA plan or whatever. Do you know what you're actually making on that? I'm that annoying person that everybody wishes would just shut up about what it is she does. But I'm afraid if I don't do that, I'm going to miss somebody, because you hear people's stories where they're like, if I could change one thing, if I could go back, I would hit everybody up for money, because there's so much money out there that people are dying to put into something, but they don't just typically have these conversations with people they don't know or people they just met. So you got to have it. You got to bring it up.
Yeah, and that's one thing I feel like I just need to work on more. I just need to, when I speak to people, like I forget like what I do. Like you fucking tell them like, hey, bro, you're in fucking real estate and you're a monster at it. Like fucking tell
Yeah.
people like I forget. Like I just chatterbox all fucking day, but I forget to mention what really fucking matters, bro. So, yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
something
normal
that
though.
I need that I know I need to do is like just when I network more, like stop talking about the bullshit and actually say like what matters and what I can do because I know what I can do and I'm confident
Yeah.
in myself. But I don't know, when I get around other people like that, I think I don't know that may know more than me. Like I forget to mention like, yo, I know how to do. I know what I'm doing. I have this, and yeah, I need to. Yeah, definitely need to work on networking more effectively and just letting people know like here's some things that we can get into together and kind of pitching myself because I that's something I definitely don't do is pitch myself enough.
And you're the biggest asset, man. So you better sell yourself.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
your biggest asset.
Yeah, and just think about what people are like. Think about yourself and why you started doing this. Why did you start doing it? Was it because you wanted financial freedom? Was it because you did not want to work a W-2 job where someone dictated your schedule and your vacations? And, think about the reasons why you started to do it and what you love about the process and how you're able to make so much more money now. So you can translate something like that to somebody else, not because you want to convince them to do it too, but hey, are you hoping to retire someday? Are you wanting to wait till you're 65 to do that? Because I could kind of talk to you a little bit about what I do if you're looking to maybe invest in something. And sometimes I'll target businesses, like I will call local businesses and say, "Hey, my name's Ashley. I'm an investor, entrepreneur. I acquire businesses. I'm in acquisitions and mergers for businesses. And, lately we've been talking about taxes and tax strategy. So if you guys are paying taxes at the end of the year and you own a business, you need to fire your CPA. But if you don't want to go that strong, maybe let's have a conversation about how you can mitigate some of that tax liability, because I have tons of deals that you could dump your money into that would give you the depreciation you need to offset your taxes. That's just the kind of stuff that I will.
Good damn Swiss Army
That's some
knife,
sauce right
Ashley.
there. I never thought of that right there. That sounds like some major sauce. I didn't know where you were going. I'm like, what taxes? And then it's just, oh, okay, back into real estate. I need to write that down quick. Hold on.
You're a
Well, I
Swiss
mean,
Army knife.
if you think about it, the largest asset that a business could buy in order to depreciate, because that's how businesses offset their taxes, is by depreciating assets. So if you have a bunch of cars or vehicles because you're in the service industry, or, if you have a bunch of equipment or tools or machines, you're depreciating those assets in order to offset your tax liability. But what they're not doing is they're not thinking outside the box. They're not thinking, well, could my business buy a house? Hell yeah, your business could buy a house. Your business could buy 50 houses.
Yeah,
And they don't care if it cash flows. They just want the depreciation. I mean, the whole reason Johnny and I are making $70,000 on this deal the first week in July is
Woo!
because those people are making, they're going to get $165,000 in accelerated depreciation year one, because the house has a market value of 425,000. So therefore, they get to claim 11 years of depreciation, which is spread out over 33 years. They get to claim 11 years of that in year one. That's $165,000 of depreciation. And they get to claim the $70,000 loss that it cost them to acquire the property.
that's
So now they've got over $200,000 of depreciation.
that's
That's their gain. Like
Yeah.
when you guys are looking for
so your
buyers,
buyer is a business that wanted to reduce what they're paying in taxes,
No,
basically.
it's two dudes who have over $25 million in equity. So what Ashley's saying is correct. Absolutely. That's why she's the dispo queen. Me, I'm looking at it like you're buying a $50,000 ARV for 70K with a mortgage that's being paid for 180. So you're essentially buying $350K worth of equity for $70,000. So you see how two brains
Are looking at it differently.
Yeah.
looking at it completely differently. Like me, I'm not worried about tax because I know that tax is gonna happen. I'm disposing the deal. Like, look, you're buying $350K worth of equity for $70K. So like to me, it's a no-brainer. But
But
also,
the only person that would actually care about equity would be somebody who wants to access debt against the property.
oh no. I totally disagree on that. These people, like their whole business model is to accumulate as much equity. So once they're done, they can just get rid of their equity and cash out. That's
yeah.
like,
Is that not what I just said?
The refinance.
Yeah, did I not just say that?
They're not refinancing.
No, they don't have to refinance it, but their goal with the equity is the reason somebody would buy a property for the equity that's in it is so they could access or leverage that equity, whether it's by taking out a refinance loan or debt, or they sell it and can pocket the equity, but it's not necessarily a gain that they get right away. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you. After
But
you reworded it a little bit, I'm with you. But like,
but
very simply, they
the
bought that
depreciation
equity.
they get now.
Yeah. No, you're right. They bought that deal specifically for the equity because they're going to be able to cash it out when they're done in the real estate game. So what you're saying is completely right. But these buyers, that's their whole scheme. They're nowhere near as deliberate and smart as you. They're thinking,
Well,
okay, I got this much equity and I'm paying this much amount. But why?
right. It just makes sense to them. It more than makes sense to them.
But
But
you need to like be a teacher and you need to say fuck wholesaling, fuck everything. What you need to do is, you know, the people who stand up in front of people and they don't sell a course but they sell themselves. Like
they're
people,
offers. They're called
yes, what
offers.
you were
Remember
saying
I
yes,
told
the
you
other day on the
that.
phone. Yes, you need to do that because
I know, I agree.
of knowledge. And I'm not saying it falls on deaf ears, but you're giving us like 5 billion things at once, and I'm over here like, look, I'm just trying
Slow
to
down.
hold
Oh,
some houses.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back, rewatch this video, make sure everybody go down, subscribe, like this video, because I should drop some crazy game on everybody, man.
Well,
Everybody's
but hey, let me just say this real quick though, because you know it gets more challenging and more challenging to wholesale as you go along, because the market does tend to get more saturated.
I
So
disagree.
well, I'm just saying there are challenges that come no matter what it is you're doing. You're going to face new challenges, and wholesaling is more saturated today than it's ever been. I'm not saying that that makes the job impossible. I think that you just have to be willing to kind of be flexible and adapt as the market adapts and as more people get into it. But what I wanted to say is that when you are thinking about a buyer's list, like think about your buyer's list and how important your buyer's list is, because your buyer's list is what determines your spread. And that's why your dispo's role is so important, because you really want to have a dispo who could actually grow a buyer. You know, your dispo person starts reaching out to business owners and talking to them about how they can now depreciate an asset like real estate. Those people are going to pay a much higher amount for the house because they're getting such a huge chunk of depreciation. Like super wealthy people buying airplanes at the end of the year so that they don't have to pay, 10 million in taxes. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't done enough deals yet, but the buyers that I've dealt with are very cut and dry.
The same thing with me.
Very cut and dry. They just want to buy a house either for the equity or to fix and flip it. Those are the buyers that I deal with are so simple-minded, and I say that respectively, because they're like, look, if the numbers make sense, bam. You know, these people who are buying jets and shit, that's because a CPA told them. That's not because they're like super tax savvy and like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I can depreciate this much each year. I can do this. I can do that. as a
Some
whole,
of them are.
as a wholesaler, that's not my job, right? So
Yes, it is. As a wholesaler, it is your job to make that dispo happen at the max capacity. If that means going and finding a mother freaking business owner, then go do it. I'm not saying that's who you have to dispo it to,
as a,
Johnny. You can
as a
dispo it.
as a dispo like agent who solely does that, I respect it. I respect it. If somebody
Yeah.
who solely does dispo wants to learn all these things and give it to them, absolutely. But for me right now,
That's a dog ass way to find like buyers. Like if you could pitch like that, I'm sure you can get buyers that's not into that's a way you pitch that to buyers that's not into real estate. Like you have to teach them that this
Yes.
is what you can do, and then you can get a buyer like that. But for the
Yeah.
buyers that's into real estate, they give a two fucks. They want to know what is cash flowing. They want to know if it's a deal, they want to know what's the yield. They want to know if it's a flip. They want to know what's the ARV. But if you can find like buyers that's not into real estate and teach them what they can gain by buying real estate, I feel like those, if you can find buyers like that, you could make way more. One thing
That'd be a good skill set to have. I'm telling you, that
yeah.
would be a killer role.
But one thing I did hear you say is that wholesaling is saturated, but and I just want to chime in on that for a bit, because one thing my uncle always told me is that the market is only saturated when you think of houses. But if you think about people, they have different situations every single day. So it can never be saturated because there's a new person every single day that's cash strapped and might need to sell. So if you only think about houses, you can run out of houses to buy. You can run out of houses to wholesale, but you're never going to run out of people, because people run into different situations every single day. So there's always going to be a deal out there for everybody, whether it's 100 wholesalers in one city. There's going to be a deal for everybody, because the person who might not sell today might want to sell tomorrow because somebody
Absolutely.
died, and this is what's going on now.
I agree wholeheartedly
Yeah.
with that statement. And when I say saturated, I mean, like, if you pull a list of tired landlords or absentee owners off of PropStream or Batch and you call them, guaranteed you're going to get somebody that you're like the 10th person that day that's called them.
Right. Yeah.
So when I say, let me make sure that I add the perspective compared to 5 years ago or whatever. But again, to me, that's why it brings the importance of rounding back around to going door knocking or talking to those people in person. And it's how that has become more effective for me, because I can come across homeowners. Do any of you guys know why properties don't show up? Like if you're virtually driving for dollars and the house is blurred out, or if you're looking at the street and there's a house there but there's no number, there's no in the aggregated data. Like, why isn't there a property that exists there? When you're looking at it, you see that a house is there.
probate.
I have no clue. I never virtual drive for dollars ever. But
So
I know when a house is blurred out sometimes, but I don't know why it's blurred. I assumed it's because they put themselves on a list where you're not able to see their house. So I just,
but how do you do that? Because it all has to be public data, right?
I'm not sure. I don't even know. I just, when I see a house that's blurred out, if it's, if they want to sell, I'd come in and see the house in person or but I never questioned why it's blurred out, because I don't know. I just never questioned it.
Well, that probably wouldn't be a property that you're getting a hold of, because unless you virtually drive for dollars, because like those properties don't even show up on lists. Like you cannot find any information on that property. So my theory is
Oh
that
yeah,
it's a
because
probate.
that happened to me when I was like driving for dollars
Yes.
physically, and then I come home and I pull it up and then it's blurred out.
And
Yeah,
and then there's no information on it. You can't get an owner's name, a phone number, and nothing.
yeah, I have a couple of those in my list.
So my theory is that those are probates.
Could be. I don't know.
Because when a property goes into probate, they call it probate jail. You can't access access anything on that property until a judge has made a decision.
Hmm.
So that's just my theory. I don't know, nobody has like verified that, but that's my theory. But those are the kind of little nuances that I pay attention to when I'm driving for dollars or looking at property. I'm like, why does it always say NA across the board for whatever? Or why does it always show this under the loan information when I'm looking at these kinds of properties? I know nobody's out here making a $30,000 monthly payment on a $300,000 loan. So why does it say that? Like I'm looking at stuff like that I'm like, and it could just be because that might be the Navy in me, like attention to detail piece. Like I'm looking at all those little nuances to see if a deal might be a deal or whatever. And I pick up on those things. I notice them. I don't have answers to them.
You don't got the answers, Sway.
Not yet. I will.
No. That's tough though. That's a nice little observation. I'm actually curious as to like what the reasoning is. That seems right though. Makes sense. Do you think they go through and like how does Google get that information too? Like
so the
seems
data
kind of
is always
expensive.
updating, right? Like that data is like always updating. So, I see what you're saying. Like if the image is from 2 years ago, maybe it was a
Right.
probate 2 years ago and Google went through there, but it's not anymore. But they'll actually pull the record. So it comes off of public record and everything is so like electronic now that when they pull it from the government database, you can't even access it in the aggregated data on PropStream and Batch or MLS. Oh, you're a realtor. I should give you an address that's blurred and see if you can see anything on MLS.
I think the MLS.
It's
No.
just for Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's only state.
Yeah, because
Oh
I got
yeah.
MLS.
I'll pull one up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to do it now?
Oh well, I'll have to drive for dollars and.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you had one. That's cool.
No, I don't normally look in that market, but I will find one just because I'm curious. I want to know if you're able to see something on your end, then that tells me now that I can go to an agent
Yeah.
locally with the, what information I do have.
Johnny, did I send you that fund, the new fund that I got?
I think you did.
It's like they have a huge buy box for like a ton of cities.
Hold on, let me
And
verify.
it's like green and like red blurred out on some. Don't say the name of it. Don't say the name of it because but.
Hey, Johnny, they make those hats with, they say brats on them and like Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah. What about it? You got them for the kids or you just making fun of my hat?
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one.
See, I got a whole thing full of
bucket hats.
Yeah.
So,
I'm bald and I look good in hats, so I got a bunch of hats.
is that genetic?
Being bald?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
It's
My brother a year younger than me got like long, curly, good hair. And I'm bald.
I'm asking for you is
it genetic? How am I supposed to know?
Like
it
anybody
is.
in your family bald? Yeah.
I said my dad's bald.
It is,
I thought you just cut your hair, bro. Didn't you just cut your hair?
No, so when I was 18, well, I say when I was 18, basically all through high school, I had the LeBron James going on. So when I turned 18, I was like, yeah, I'm shaving my head. So I've been bald like literally as soon as I graduated high school, I shaved my head. So I've been bald ever since.
But yes, it is hereditary through your mother's side, actually.
That's what I heard.
Well, shit, my mom's not bald. Her dad wasn't bald.
I don't know. Maybe on your mom's side, maybe it skips a generation.
No, what's your phone number, man? Because I know I got you locked in, but I can't pull you up.
My phone number?
Yeah.
I'm about to text it to you.
Dubé, don't even just text me a space bar because I got your name saved. I just don't know what I saved it as. But yeah, I'm genetic from the mom side. Whew, man, if that's the case then.
Oh yeah, and I pitched that deal, bro, but the guy that I've been working with to work with the guy who buys the luxury flips, he just I think that I had a deal that I was working on with him that went sideways. And I think after that, bro, he just he didn't want to do no deals with me anymore. But
Yeah.
fuck.
I got that I got the that new one you sent me. And
Okay.
then that that massive flip in Atlanta that I sent you.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, yeah, I did send it to you. Yeah. Yeah, that
What
big flip, bro. That
what
it's a good deal. I put ARV at like 1.3, I think, bro.
yeah. It's just like you said everybody has seen this property.
Yeah, they see it and they just don't want it, bro. Like
So
they just
I know a guy who does the house doesn't even need to be super flipped. I mean it's dated, but
it's a cosmetic. It's just a big cosmetic.
yeah, like I'd move in and be kicking it with that wood right there. But anyways, a dude I know, he lives in I'm not gonna say it wrong. He doesn't live in Atlanta, but he does a lot of wholesaling in Atlanta and in
Yeah, P Douglas. P Douglas. Because
Nah,
that's
nah.
where I got that deal from. I've seen that before, sent to me from some guy, P Douglas Properties, I think.
This dude, his name's Andy. So I don't know, but he got it locked up under contract, and he said, if you know anybody in Atlanta, so I'll just send it over to you, and then I sent it to Cordero too, and Cordero just took a look at it, but I ain't hearing anything back from him. Hey, actually, you remember LT?
Do I remember LT?
Well, I'm not.
Of course.
Well, anyway,
Of course.
LT, and so I like before I got on here, me and LT were on the phone. LT and Jeremy are partnering with Cordero, so I'm really excited for them. They're gonna get it popping.
That's awesome.
They haven't closed the deal yet, and so he's always
So Cordero's helping them, or
no, like they're gonna go into a little partnership.
awesome.
They'll be on Cordero's acquisition team. So I'm really excited for LT, man.
I know. I love those guys. It makes like those guys are such solid dudes. You want to just give them a deal.
Yeah, no, LT was up. That's why I'm ready to get down to Texas because I'm pretty sure LT lives in Houston.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say he lives in Houston, or
If he
lives somewhere close because we talked about it.
Okay, if he lives close to there, then
You're taking us all out for dinner, Ashley. Thank you. You are just so sweet.
I mean, when you can finish my sentences.
But go ahead, what were you saying though?
No, I mean basically, I want us to all get together. That would be killer.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That'll happen. Cause
LT is like the what's a good way to put? He's like the Snoop Dogg of the group. He's got that smooth voice. He's like always just, everything he says just it sounds 10 times better than if one of us said it because he has that rich voice.
Yeah. LT joined our group today, but he had a bad connection because he's at his daughter's gymnastics, so he couldn't say anything, but he was in here for a little bit.
Well, I'm happy that he was at his daughter's gymnastics. That's
Dorian, have you met LT yet?
Yeah. I think I had like 2 calls with him.
Yeah.
Cool boy.
Jonathan, you need to meet LT. LT's a good one.
And he's funny.
So Jonathan finally eating. Bro got his food 3 hours ago.
No, I've been sneaking over here taking a few bites every time.
Dude, bro, I would have been told you, hey, look, give me 10 minutes here. I would have scarfed that.
I'm chilling, man. Soaking up this game. Just hanging out, man. It's refreshing to talk to people who know real estate, bro, and kind of in the same shoes and doing deals. So
Yeah. No, for sure.
Man, bro. Network is net worth.
That's right.
All right,
I love talking about this stuff. I could talk about it for hours.
Yeah. Look, hours you can talk about all day, and then tomorrow.
Well, I know, and I'll tell you, my favorite thing to do is actually like try, like, I challenge myself with trying to figure out, like, I want the words to come out of my mouth. Nah, you can't do that. That's not possible, because I want to then show myself how it is.
Yeah. Like want to damn near find something that you might think is impossible so you can do it.
Yeah, just so I can, yes, because like once your mindset shifts to anything is possible, maybe you don't have the solution, but like I'm reading that book right now, the Who Not How. So maybe you don't have the solution, but somebody out there does. So that's why, like earlier I was saying the whole in-person thing, because I'm telling you, like, there's somebody out there that is succeeding way better in person than somebody else who's doing it on the phone, and vice versa. There's somebody on the phone that's out there killing it way better than somebody who's out there doing it in person. And so all of it is possible. Whatever you can actually think of in your head, it is possible.
Hell yeah. Remember when Kevin Garnett, anything's possible?
Yep.
That's facts. Because anything is literally possible.
Literally. That's why the whole proof of
Sorry.
what happened? What I miss?
Yeah, it got silent and Dorian looking like he finna fall asleep. Jonathan eating his little rice.
All right, well, it's time to get off.
We about to wrap this up, guys, or what?
5 a.m. comes early.
Right. I think we had a great talk today, guys, for sure.
Should I appreciate
Jonathan,
everybody jumping in?
I learned a little bit about you for sure. Put me on a bunch of knowledge. Cool bull. Keep it up. Good mindset on you, bro, for sure. Ashley, genius. She gets to it. Money bag, cash ass. Feel me? Then we got Johnny Stewart. Demon time, man. He out here making it happen. So trying to get like y'all three, man.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, I'm thanking y'all too. Like, I appreciate y'all, wanting to come in here. I appreciate y'all sharing y'all information and just contributing to the talk, man. It's like you said, it's refreshing being around people who are in the same business as me, who are doing the same things as me, who have the same kind of vision. And like I said earlier, and I've said it multiple times today, I think we all have our own different way of doing it, but we all are getting to it. So it's beautiful to be in the room with you guys. I appreciate it.
Sure. Yo, YouTube, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, man. Johnny Stewart's always uploading, man. This guy's consistent.
Hey, and Dorian opens doors.
Yes, sir.
Follow, like, subscribe, because he dropped some heat in the video. I ain't gonna lie, he's the only wholesaler I know where I actually watched their video in their entirety and like it. He's the only person. So hey, if y'all want some heat, Dorian opens doors. Check my boy out.
Appreciate it. Yo, Jonathan, when you dropping on YouTube, bro?
Bro, I'm trying, bro. I think listen, I told you I recorded that price reduction with the seller. I'm gonna post that, but I think I tried to send it to the group me actually, but it wouldn't allow me to send videos that's longer than I think a couple seconds. We need a different chat that'll allow you to share like
look, what you need to do
content.
No. What you need to do is upload that video into Google and make a Google Drive, and then send that Google Drive link to the group that we can click on it and it's right there. Also, too, if you're sending longer videos, it's hard to send them any other way than a Google Drive link, because for me it might take forever to load, and then for Ashley it might not load at all. So create a Google Drive, upload it to the Google Drive, and then share that link with all.
For sure.
Do that with any video you want to share.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that price reduction video But yeah, I'm gonna start uploading on my YouTube pretty soon. My YouTube is just my name. But yeah, man. For
And,
now, I'm just gonna be
we
watching
already
y'all.
talked about that Instagram name, so you already know.
You said what?
So we already talked about that Instagram name, so you already know.
What about my Instagram name?
I said you need to get a new one.
Why?
Bruh, you and Rick, and Ashley's gonna yell at me for this because I be on Ashley's ass about
Go
stuff
ahead.
like this. But hold on, let me pull it up. Let me make sure I'm getting. Hold on, you put it in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Okay, the rich neighbor 5. Who is that? Can you put
What
your
you
name
mean?
Well,
there or something?
hey,
my
you
Instagram name.
you may not know yet, but when he blows up, you will know.
The rich neighbor.
The rich neighbor. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on, I got hoodies made. I got merch made already. I'm prepped.
That's
He
right.
prepped.
You know who it is now, but you gonna find out.
Yeah. How many of your neighbors rich?
You wanna find
I
out?
got one. I do got one. I got a couple.
Shoot, when you're rich, you better have some rich neighbors. Because I know once I'm rich, all my neighbors gonna be rich too.
I ain't gonna lie, the neighbor right across from me is rich as fuck, man. They have a maid come every 2 days. They going crazy, bro. I'm trying to be like them.
Yeah.
All right, the rich neighbor, I'm only gonna throw it out once. You don't have to, but we content we content what's the word for
Oh
somebody?
yeah, y'all the content guys, so
No,
y'all
I
The
got
want
con-
no,
certain
I'm
type
I'm
of
a
name.
content taker-inner. And as one of your audience members, I want to see a new Instagram name. Now I'm gonna throw it out there. You can do what you want, but I'm gonna say that.
I
Like,
think you need to change your name to the content taker inner.
hey, maybe I might need to make another account for that. Like Ashley's bio, when we were first talking, Ashley had something stupid in her bio, so she changed it to "Where's my money at?" And I called like, Ashley, what is this? Like, change it. She's like, no, I'm not changing. I'm leaving that. I'm like, fine, okay. I'm gonna just say it one time,
I sure did.
and it's still there to this day. So I mean,
Yeah.
my word.
Actually got the content too. I seen it. Are you
Yeah.
on YouTube or just Instagram?
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I've same thing as Jonathan. I've got a couple videos that I'm putting on YouTube. I just haven't loaded them in yet.
Yes, sir. Yeah, get me on there. I'm saying I'm always doing. Johnny don't even know. I just be recording them on the low, like blasting the drum. So as soon as you guys make them, if we get any calls, you're gonna be in a joint. And low
You
key,
guys are flooding the content, bro. My page is just me, bro, hanging out, fucking around. Oh my gosh, my page is shit.
Well, I keep jacking up my personal and business page on TikTok. Like I've got a marketing channel, I've got a business channel, and then my personal channel. And I'll be putting like everything on my personal channel because I don't want to take the time to swap over to the marketing channel or the business channel. Or I'll be on the business channel posting a personal video and Johnny will be like, Ashley, you put that on the wrong channel.
Yeah, we're gonna get it together because I don't got it all together, but we all gonna get it together collectively.
oh yeah, we a content group now.
For real, man. Just put it out,
Yeah.
put yourself out there. Like I know Dorian came into the group like really. He was already on his content. He already knew he wanted to blog. Ashley wasn't sure, so
He was together, wasn't he?
yeah, hell yeah. I told Ashley, like, Ashley, post everything, because people are gonna latch onto you, and so many doors are gonna open up. Just I wouldn't know any of y'all, maybe Ashley, but I wouldn't know any of y'all if I didn't post.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
It just changed my life, and literally, I'm not doing nothing but just posting a video. That's it.
That's it.
I think my YouTube is decent. It's pretty. It's all right.
What's your YouTube so I can subscribe real quick?
It's Jonathan Matthews. You're gonna like that. It's just
Bro,
Jonathan
low
Matthews.
key,
And
low key,
then
the rich neighbor is kind of hard.
thank you, Dorian. Thank you. Showing some
That's kind
love.
of hard. The more I
It's
say
hard,
that's
ain't
kinda
it? It's
Yeah,
hard.
kinda hard.
I'm telling you. I go to the gym. I got the rich neighbor written on my basketball, bro.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, how many subscribers you
I
got?
got 18 subs and 25 videos.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You send the link in the chat real quick.
Let me
Yeah.
see. How do I do that, man? I am not.
Just
tech
hit.
nerd.
This white boy keep popping up.
Yeah, I was about to say like
I am not a
got
tech nerd, man.
key.
How do I even?
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Hey, go to your channel
Yeah,
on your face,
yeah.
and it should say. I'm trying to figure it out too. Oh, go to your channel and hit these three dots at the top and hit share.
Okay, your channel.
So go to this where it just your little thing. There's three dots at the top.
Oh, on my phone. All right, yeah. Let me do that real quick. I was on the computer.
Oh, I mean, shit, it's probably even easier on the computer.
No, it's not, bro. Fuck.
You got a MacBook?
Yeah, I got a MacBook Pro 13. I think like 2020 or some shit.
Yeah,
20.
you should just be able to copy and paste, like copy it on your phone and paste it on the computer.
Yeah, but now I gotta figure out how to switch over to my switch account. Man, I'm like an
What's up?
old man, bro.
What's Mr. TTP's group called with Pace Morby and all them?
Oh, the wholesalers hotline.
Yeah. That's gonna be us in a couple years. Trust.
Years, bro. That'll be us in 6 months.
I bet. Say that.
We didn't get the podcast mics going. We didn't
In
have
fact,
Ashley
Bro,
sit
what the
no, she's not.
It's in there. I just saw it.
I just shared the link in the group me, bro, and some random dude just popped up. I don't know who that is, bro. Who is that?
Oh, you put in the group me? Smooth.
Oh, maybe because there was
that
a
is
period.
not me, bro. That's not me, bro.
That's not you.
How do I?
Somebody hijacked your YouTube channel.
hold on. I'm gonna show you, bro. I'm gonna share my. See if I can share my job.
Big said, I'm on the next one. What the fuck does that mean?
The next pod or the next video or the next Zoom.
See, Ashley,
Bullshit.
we need more people like you, Ashley.
Bro, I can't share it.
Hey, hold on. Hey, I'm gonna end this video.
All right.